Let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safe Liquor Beer of the Week podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Very impressive. Taken a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine.
Girl, I can't understand it. Why you wanna hurt me?
That's why it's the Stanley Cup.
After all of the things I've done for you.
It's hard. It's hard.
I buy you champagne and roses, put diamonds on your finger. Still you hang out all night. What am I to do? My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
Try. Leon scored a goal tonight. Watching him play is quite a sight. You know this song is tight. Oilers fans, come on. You loved him endlessly since he was drafted number 3. He's a center with a size that was born in Cologne. Try to stop him, you can't do much more. That ain't no lie. You just wanna see him shoot and score. It was try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie. Cause it's try. Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough. His hands are crazy and Aikens loves his eyes. Yeah, it's try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie. Cause it's try. Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough. His hands are crazy and Aikens loves his eyes. Yeah, it's try.
We can't bust heads like we used to, but we have our ways.
Bouchard was excellent tonight.
Oh, I tied an onion to my belt.
McDavid again. This time Bouchard, one-timer, score! Edmonton, its first lead of the night. Evan Bouchard puts the Oilers up 4-3.
Oh, man. Which was the style at the time?
6:08 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here today. Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you. Of course, our songs brought to you by Totem Outfitters. Looking for equipment? They got you covered. You're very fired up today.
Well,
you're a fired up deadline day boy.
Big overtime win last night.
Big time win.
Which we'll get to.
Big time win we'll get to. We'll get to that as we work our way through
Deadline
the show
day. It's a Friday. Sobeys Liquor Beer of the Week. We got the lasagna on the
lasagna
on the counter. We got the TV flying here.
Do you think they'll have guys eating lasagna on TSN or Sportsnet today? I don't think so.
Hell no.
I don't think so. Italian Center Shop. That's good.
And we got a smooth little boy sitting in front of us here as well.
Yeah, we'll get to this. I did not see this coming today. What a miracle. A trade deadline.
Trade deadline
freak show.
No retention on the hair.
Yeah. Our goal songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade and consign. A sport for every season with hockey equipment and skates ready to go year round. Family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them at 7430 99th Street or online at www.totemoutfitters.ca. And what's this? You saw people setting trade deadline fires today on your way in? Is that what you saw? What happened on the walk today?
A gentleman on a bike, and it was one of those bikes where you have that portable stereo. So he was blasting like,
Nice, I like that.
because that's what you do at 4 o'clock in the
Was
morning.
he blasting? We're halfway there.
Sure, yeah, riding by condos. Then I head on the swivel. You're like, okay, where's he gonna go and what's he gonna do? And then he kind of parked by a business.
Okay.
About 3 or 4 blocks up, and proceeded to start to light some. I would assume would be scrap paper or cardboard or just garbage. A flame.
What was he doing? Is he arsonist?
Well, just maybe one of those.
Should we call somebody?
No, I don't. That's.
Seems a little sketchy.
Seems a little sus.
Seems very sketchy.
I tried to report crime as it happens. It's not.
You know what? They don't like that. You're good at that.
It's better to report it after it happens. That's what the people want.
Yeah, but I don't know anybody that reports crime better than you report crime, right? So
I reported a theft in progress last summer.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What? Did we talk about this?
No.
What happened? What was?
I bumped into an officer of the law at a 7-Eleven, and they said, "Hey, there's a crime taking place down the."
And did he say a crime?
No,
I'll get to it.
Not really. Kind of ignored me and walked away. But again, it's after the fact. After it happens, then you say, "Hey, crime happened," and then they're like, "Oh my God, insurance." So, can I before we get going here?
Sure, you can do whatever you want. Man, the inbox is busy today.
Wherever you're watching it or consuming it, this is great. You're at least you're not in a hospital watching trade deadline day. And a guy right now has us going live in the hospital from his hospital bed.
What?
And that's Jocelyn's Jay. He's in a bed. He's got pneumonia. Take your damn shoes off if you're in the hospital bed, though, Jay. Get better. Enjoy trade deadline. He'll have EST going on. I don't know which hospital he's at in privacy, man. But give him a conch. And as well, Jocelyn looking after him as well for today.
Hey, a conch for Jay and Jocelyn this morning. All right, we will try to keep track of everything that's going on from a trade deadline perspective. What's going on with Rantanen? We'll get into that. We've got a game to break down today.
What is going on with Rantanen?
Everything's going on with Rantanen.
But also nothing.
Everything in the world is going on with Rantanen, but yet nothing has happened. But all eyes will be on Rantanen today, not from an Oilers perspective. The Oilers, if they don't have... Well, we'll get to the whole cap situation. Puckpedia, I woke up. What time did this guy text me? What a psych. What time did this guy text me last night? Heart from Puckpedia, 12:35 a.m. Now, he's a West Coast guy, so it would have been 11:35 p.m. for him. Yeah. But that's a pretty wild text to send a guy who gets up really early. But anyway, it was about the cap situation for the Oilers. So we'll get into that as we work our way through the show today. The Oilers playing much better, needing overtime to get it done. And boy, Evan Bouchard, in a nutshell, in overtime. I mean,
they're back.
If he doesn't score the winner and they lose, Bouchard is getting torched this morning for his play in overtime. But instead, he gets the redemption arc. And he's a hero in overtime.
They're back.
That was quite the scene. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please just send the link to all of your friends so that they too can listen. And of course, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. The Nielson Show today and every day is brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet, and they are officially in truck month at South Fort Chev. Deeper discounts, lower interest rates on Silverados and heavy duties. 0% for up to 72 months on Silverado Customs and custom trail bosses. Silverado, built in Canada. So you're going to want to pick up one of those right away. Also, 90-day payment deferrals or $10,000 cash back with the purchase of a new vehicle. No big deal. Drive a little, save a lot at South Ford Chev. Check them out, www.southfordchev.com.
Checks a lot of boxes. Who do you think they are? Jake Walman?
Oh, man.
Hey,
Great Jake Walman
I've
joke.
never seen a player check as many boxes as he does.
Check. Sit here, check all day. He play me. Trap me.
Check.
That's, yeah.
It's the Reed Wilkins remix.
It's the click.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb.
If you haven't listened to or watched the Reed Wilkins show yet, you are 100% missing out. Every day from 3 to 6 right here, and a very good program right before it, EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager. That'll be right after the deadline today at 1 o'clock. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio today, where I'm sure Furby and the crew over at Popeyes are just gathered around a TV to watch deadline coverage today.
Reed's idling outside the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Ready to come in.
Hey, you got any of those Popeyes chicken sandwiches in there?
Seat tilted a little back, just having a little snooze.
Reed loves chicken sandwiches from Popeyes. When you text us today, it'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox, where you do not pay for 1 year. 22 stores, 4 provinces, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, www.parisjewelers.com. And your text of the day will win you a gift certificate to A&W. All right. So we've got a busy day set up for you. A little bit of a change to our programming here at Edmonton Sports Talk today. It'll be the Nielson show as per usual from 6 until 9. It will be the Hangout from 9 until 11. And then from 11 until 1 today.
Briar Tuck?
Briar Tuck is the best bit ever. If you missed it on the Lock Shop yesterday, when Huss was laying out his Briar pick, somebody referred to him as Briar Tuck. And then Photoshop started popping up. It was tremendous. Anyway, no Lock Shop with Briar Tuck today. We've got a 2-hour extended Oil Stream deadline coverage show. That'll go from 11 right up until probably about 105, 110, so we don't miss anything right at 1 o'clock. And then EST afternoons to follow, leading into the Reed Wilkins show today. But yeah, Briar Tuck is one of the best handles I've ever heard of in my entire life.
You sure those are photoshopped? I don't believe it.
Yeah, it just looks like
that's him.
Like,
that's how he should be.
Ryan from SK into the Paris Jewelers inbox this morning says, my youngest is yelling at me to get him breakfast. How does he not know? It's deadline day. Get it yourself.
Yeah, make your own there.
Yeah. Kids, you're making your own breakfast today. Pretend you're an adult for a day.
It's an opportunity.
Put a piece of bread in the toaster. Put some butter on it, maybe some jam, maybe some
put
peanut
syrup
butter
on it if you want.
Do whatever you want today.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want today.
Loose,
Pour yourself a bowl of cereal, and you can have the sugary stuff today.
We got lasagna and dilly bars and beer.
Yeah. We do got deadline day dillies.
Yeah, Ian and Morinville dropping by yesterday.
Dilly.
Yeah.
We'll have to dive into those at some point as well. Strummies says, serious question, boys. If the Oilers win the cup, will Boosh turn it over to a player on the other team after his victory lap? Or will he pass it off to one of his teammates?
Wow.
Oh, Strummy.
Wow.
You can laugh about it now because he was the overtime hero last night. We're 12 legs away from changing 100. Let's lay out the show for you today. Chris Johnson, our regular insider today, cannot join us. CJ is going to be on the TSN coverage today. All of our insiders are wrapped up in that TSN coverage. What we are going to do is we're going to go to San Jose and catch up with Drew Remenda and chat about
Remember that
Jake Walman. I mean, he's going to have a good read on Walman. So we're going to go there, but it's not going to happen until 8 o'clock today. So moving some things around here on a deadline day. We'll take a look at some trades that have already gone down. The Oilers trade with Walman. Last night when you went to bed, it may not have been official. It is official now. First rounder in 2026 going the other way. And Carl Berglund.
Yeah.
The other player that's going the other way as well. We'll get to the cap situation. We are going to get to your morning announcements right away. The morning after show at 6:30 today. We'll crack some packs. Upper Deck Series 2 is now out in Wayne Sports Cards, so we'll get to that. Nate Trade Watch just after 7 o'clock today as we move some things around. The Fan Zone for fans first at 7:30 today. That's a good. We'll go there. We'll have that lasagna. We'll dive into a few things. That's good today. And then Remenda will join us just after 8 o'clock for Pro-Am Sports. Then we'll get to kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Beer of the week. Brad, the GM of Bell and Scone, is going to be popping by today. Marmot Basin Snow Report. The wrap for William Huff. And all of that leading into what should be an excellent hangout today from 9 to 11, keeping you up to date on the deadline coverage as well. All right, let's get in your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Yukon and McCord every single morning, and of course, Jess Jackson on the way home in the afternoon. Big Uke over in the Nasty Chat, where you can hammer the thumbs up for us today. And if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, we're trying to make our push to 12,000 subs. So if you're here today because it's deadline day, just let it be known that we've got 12 great hours of content every single day from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., plus pre and post, obviously. So give us a sub today. That would be terrific. We'd very much appreciate it. And sub to all of our podcasts. They're available after the fact as well. Big Uke, I was slightly worried when they said prospect, but I'm totally fine with Berglund going the other way. Yeah. This trade, it is a fine piece of work for the San Jose Sharks. And I like the Oilers getting him. I think you have to pay that price, and I think he will very much help their blue line. But San Jose got this dude from Detroit like a year ago with a second for future considerations. And now they've turned Walman into a first. So they basically got a first and a second to just take Walman off the Detroit Red Wings books for a year.
Agent Mike Greer, best GM in the league, hey?
Great move by the San Jose Sharks here to turn him into a first, which is going to be the price for defenseman. I like the fact that the Oilers pulled the trigger on it. He's having a really nice year. He, for the most part, plays the left, has played the right a little bit. Just slide him over, maybe give him a look with Nurse, see how it goes. If it goes great, that's great. If it doesn't, you can play Kulak up there, and then Walman can stabilize with Emberson on your third pair, and Klingberg and Stetcher can be your extra bodies kicking around. 780-218-9999. The big story of the day here, though, I've glossed over it. Who the hell is that?
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
Take him
You
off.
cannot turn
Take
on
him
your
off.
mic without putting up your camera right
Take
now.
him off.
You are not going to believe what happened. I need the reasoning behind this. Trev, no. Trev, oh, you sneaky guy.
Yeah, move. Blink. There you go.
Let's do it. Transition it over. Trev.
BS.
Trev. Oh, it's not. But so you must have it on a different layer or something. Trev shaved off his mustache. And it's such a glorious mustache. And you got a haircut. Oh, he did take her down pretty good.
And he did the full Brazilian, baby.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good, man, this is wild. What happened?
What do you mean? What
happened?
I was rocking.
Now
that
you can grow a
mustache
chin strap for the end of the month.
For 4 months. It was time.
The John Gibson.
It's time. Now I'm John Gibson. I want to go to John Gibson now. No, I just felt
So have you been thinking about the mustache getting shaved off for I would think this is a long-term decision.
Probably a week. Well,
Wow.
it was Sunday. This previous Sunday, I got a notification, or not a notification, a memory from last year.
Okay.
And it was when I removed my mustache from last year. And I was like, you know what? I was thinking about doing that right away here. So I'm probably going to let her go. And let it go is exactly what I did.
Let it go. So you are going to sing Let It Go at the...
No,
is this the first step to...
That's not what that means.
Getting ready to dress as Elsa at the Estes?
No.
Wow, I came in today. I was like, what the hell
Well, hey.
is going on here?
It's a long month of charge here. Might be in for another surprise here by the end of it.
Wow.
From YouTube, Trev. Hey, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
You get Chinny going here.
I think so. Yeah, that's what he's doing here. I think
Okay, all
it's
right.
a long
Well,
play.
that's the big news today. That YouTube Trev shaved his mustache off.
Hampton Steve asks, "Who's the girl that you're trying to impress?"
No.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We're connecting
is
dots
this
here.
girl
Yeah.
related, buddy?
No.
It is, isn't it?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll say you're a handsome man. I mean, mustache or no mustache. So,
really?
But
You're handsome too.
Yeah,
Really handsome.
All right, there you go. That's YouTube Trev without his mustache now. Actually, Trev, what are your thoughts on the Walman deal? Let's go there quickly.
I like it. At first, it wasn't on the anyone's radar. So as soon
Not
as
a
I
lot
saw
of Walman talk.
Walman,
Yeah,
I was like, "Are you kidding?" I was like, "Whoa!" This is kind of interesting. I didn't know if he moved the needle. I looked him up on Hockey DB, and for probably 5 minutes, I felt like I was an expert on this guy because I was reading Twitter as well, and I got a good grasp of what he does, what he does well, what he can do, and what he's going to do for the Oilers. And so I actually really like this trade. I'm surprised what they
He's
had
not
to-
Mike Matheson.
He's not Matheson.
Because that's your guy, but
he's putting up a really good number on a terrible team, or he's putting up a really good season on a terrible team. So I like it. All the numbers are just, pretty respectable. And I think it's going to help the Oilers. It is, and that's what they need. And only getting rid of Berglund, I was surprised by that. I thought it was going to be Akey maybe going or something like that. I thought it was gonna be
Berglund's not nothing burger. So
when I heard that it was going to be a higher end prospect, I was kind of worried. But then it was Berglund, so I think it's a win. If you're an Oilers fan, you should be happy about this trade.
And I would think people are. Your reaction to the Walman deal, everybody. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. A conch almost as a tribute for Trev's mustache, which is no longer here. All right, we will get to some of your text messages as we work our way through the show today for sure. NHL action last night. Obviously, the Edmonton Oilers picking up the dub in overtime. Bouchard, after probably giving some of you a heart attack over the first part of overtime, gets the winner. Just under 7 seconds left in OT, and Edmonton comes away with that 3-2 victory. Elsewhere in the conference, Winnipeg got by the Flyers 4-1. The Kings were not in action last night, and the Golden Knights were not in action last night. Dallas beat the Flames 3-2 in overtime, and Colorado ended up crushing the Sharks 7-3 last night. McKinnon and Makar combining for 11 points. Who do these guys think they are? LeBron and Luka? Wow. What a win for the Lakers last night. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because it's trade deadline day. But what a win. I mean, they were down 13 in the third quarter, storm back and win this thing in overtime. 63 combined points from the big boys, and they've won 8 in a row. I wanted to go to bed early last night. I was tired. But when I saw them creeping back into it, I was like, damn it, I got to stay up and watch this game.
And Hart texting you as well.
Yeah, well, and then, and Hart texted me about the
phone's
cap
buzzing.
situation. So
Phone's buzzing.
we'll definitely
Is that what you said around the house last night to
that.
Tammy? Phone's buzzing.
Phone's buzzing. Phone's buzzing.
The hot water tank.
I
Phone's
can't.
buzzing.
Well, we'll get. Actually, I hope the phone's. So my hot water tank is screwed. I think
It's.
I need a hot water. I need a hot water tank guy, and I need him this morning. Here's what's going on. So I mentioned it was out. I fired it back up. I get home yesterday. It kicked out, but this time the little that little on-off switch was clicked to off. So like the switch clicked off. So I go through the process, turn the temperature down, unplug it, let it sit for a bit, put the switch back up, plug it back in, turn the temperature up. Did that twice yesterday. Fired up twice. It was good. We had hot water. And then it kicked out again last night, and I went through the process again, and it didn't start up. So I don't know if it's just a sensor issue or if there's more going on here. If you are a plumber or somebody who deals with hot water tanks and you want some work this morning, fire me a text here, 780-218-9999, or slide in my DMs on Twitter. I got to get this hot water issue sorted out in the Nielson household. Tammy is not pleased that she's not going to be able to have a warm shower this morning.
Trade deadline's at 1 this afternoon. You almost have a deadline as well. With this,
my deadline is before that. My deadline is ASAP. I gotta get a hot water guy
the faxes
right away
are coming through,
or Dusty's gonna be in trouble. I'm not gonna have a home to go back to.
Locks will be changed.
Rob the plumber says it sounds like the flame sensor. Now I cleaned that flame sensor. I guess it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't have time to do it last night.
It says
and
the
I'm
air
not gonna
filter
have time
all
to do
over
it
it
today.
again. I replaced those back in the.
Yeah, and I'm always worried around gas.
Yeah, I know.
I'm always like, is this going to blow up? I thought last night when I went to sleep, I said, our whole family's going to die tonight. No.
You have a thing with gas, hey? You were saying that yesterday, too, that you always thought it's the gas.
Yeah, so I was like, I should be able to smell that if there's a natural gas leak. Like, I was in full-blown panic mode last night. So, yeah, well, anyway, if you are in that business, I would like my hot water tank to be working again.
Gord says check your vent.
I don't even know what that means. There's a vent on the hot water tank. What is this?
Just his 2 cents.
Like, but it would start back up until last night. It wouldn't start. It wouldn't even like try to ignite the little light inside there.
Need a new flint.
So maybe that's what it is. Anyway, 780-218-9999. Chris says, get the tankless hot water heater. I have it in my house, and it's awesome. Never run out of water, and my gas bill is cheaper.
Interesting.
Hello.
This was brought to your attention yesterday, too, by somebody else.
Somebody else talked about this tankless hot water heater. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. See, Tam just texted me. She said, good morning, love you. How are you feeling? We have warm water, question mark?
So you got to, she's asking. I thought she'd find out on her own. Make the
now
call.
I have to be.
You have to make the call.
Now I have to
buzzing.
be.
Sorry, honey.
I'm going to be like, love you too.
Love you so much, babe.
No hot water.
Ask her, though.
You're
Ask
the
her how
best.
her day's going.
Working on it.
Tell her how much you love her.
Yeah.
Hope your day, I'm going to call her beautiful. Hope your day is great.
My beautiful wife.
You could say
Beautiful.
It was working when I left.
Yeah, I should have said that. It was working when I left. You must have broke it.
Turn phone off.
That would be a real jerk thing to do. All right. Well, we'll see how this goes over. All right. The real Not So Slim Shady says, you need a new thermocouple. I don't think that's the case. JCD says, check to see if there's any lint built up around the bottom of your furnace. It may not be getting enough air. That happened to me last year. Also, tankless are great, but they require an upside gas line. In a lot of cases, it's quite expensive. Ugh.
Ooh, there's the catch.
There's always a catch.
There's
There's always a catch. Last night, because it says on the hot water tank, it's like, and if it doesn't fire up again, turn off your gas line to it. And I was like, what?
You're just
oh
sweating.
no. So this is a classic me situation. I'm like, okay, all right, there's the gas line. I turn it off. I go upstairs to town. I said, we got no hot water. I turned it off the gas line. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We're safe. The family's safe. We don't have to wake up the kids and go stay in a hotel. Then I go to the sink and there's no water. And I accidentally turned off the water line, not the gas line. So this is why I don't go down to where all the lines are. You know,
it's like you're diffusing a bomb down there, hey? Like you're just
D-Rock says a thermocouple is only $20. Wait, I thought a thermocouple was a made-up thing.
Hungover man and GP says, tell your wife, yep, have a great shower. Then wait for the text.
Yeah, hot water's working. Fire it up and hop on in. Oh, this is good. Calling the Amish man, you cheeky boy. Dusty, have you checked to see if it's low on hot water tank fluid?
There it is. There it is. That's the one.
100?
Oh, that's too good. Calling the Amish man, you funny guy. You funny guy. All right, 780-218-9999. That is where you can text us. Thermocouple is definitely not made up. Wow. I mean, I had no idea. That sounds like a made-up word.
Yeah.
Clean was lit over in the chat says, did you get your hot water tank up to 1.21 gigawatts? I did not. Although I was very disappointed in Jack last night because somebody's shot was 88 miles per hour. And I was like, come on, man. Back to the Future reference right now. And he didn't. And I was very disappointed. In him. All right, we've got a morning after show to get to. We're going to crack some packs. We're going to recap what's happened. We got that Nate trade watch coming up just after 7 o'clock. More of your thoughts on the Jake Walman deal. The Rantanen thing, what Friedman was saying.
Snap.
Friedman was saying there's a framework in place for a deal. Dallas is trying to get an extension done. Then Drager this morning said, as of this morning, there's no deal in place.
47 minutes
something
ago. Yeah.
could happen there, so we're keeping tabs. And yada, 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 Rantanen goes to Vegas. Right? Is that not what ends up... I might rather him go to Vegas than Dallas. Dallas is red hot right now anyway. They add in a Rantanen. They got Rupe Hintz there, the old Finnish connection. Didn't work with Aho, but
the West. Yeah. The West, hey? It's the best. McCrimmon's like Reed Wilkins outside of a Popeyes this morning, hey? Just waiting. Just waiting. Tilted back a bit.
Dallas is like, damn it, we can't get it done. And McCrimmon's like, I'll sign him. What's that guy do, Trev, in Frozen? Woo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. That's McCrimmon was sitting outside Dallas's office. Woo-hoo. I'll take Rantanen. All right, 780-218-9999. The Nielson Show brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. If you are watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. It is deadline day. Are the Oilers going to do more? We'll get into that coming up just after 7 o'clock, and we'll find out who is Jake Walman. Drew Remenda will join us just after 8 o'clock to give us his thoughts on what Walman could be on a contender like the Oilers. Yes, I said it. A contender.
It's also no longer before Friday. It is Friday.
It's Friday now. Maybe something happens here. JCD says, if your furnace has a metal vent, it likely is a thermocouple. Wait, this is a furnace issue now? I am so confused. I thought it was like, why do we?
Probably the gas.
I hate this stuff. All right, let's get to the sports update with LT. That's my grudge.
Get your Lions sweater on. You know,
This is frustrating. All right, morning after show. The Oilers get it done. We'll get into that coming up next.
Oh, you said it, Dusty. The Oilers do get it done over the Habs, 3-2 in overtime. Evan Bouchard, the hero of the night, as his winner would give the Oilers the full 2 points. Leon Draisaitl, meanwhile, his 46th of the campaign, plus an assist, as he extends his point streak to 13 games. Oilers will host the Stars tomorrow night. Off the ice, the club acquired left shot defenseman Jake Walman from the Sharks in exchange for Carl Berglund and a 26th first-rounder. Avalanche, meanwhile, would acquire Brock Nelson and William Dufour from the Islanders for Oliver Shillington, Callum Ritchie, and a pair of picks. Elsewhere last night around the league, Jason Robertson, second of the game in overtime, gave the Stars a 3-2 victory of the Flames. Jets 4-1 victors of the Flyers. Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar combining for 11 points as the Avs would hammer the Sharks 7-3. Once again, trade deadline this afternoon at 1 o'clock Mountain. 6 games around the NHL tonight, including Vegas hosting Pittsburgh. LeBron and Luka combining for 63 points as the Lakers take it in overtime, 113-109 over the Knicks. Action later tonight, the Cavs look to make it 13 straight wins in Charlotte. The Raptors host the Jazz, and the West Leading Thunder are at home to the Trailblazers. The field is now down to 6 rinks at the Briar as playoffs will begin later this afternoon. Brad Gushue's Team Canada will take on Alberta's Brad Jacobs in the 1v2 qualifying game at 12:30. Over to U of A Athletics, the Pandas hockey team with a 1-0 overtime win at UBC, taking Game 1 of the Can West Finals. That best-of-3 series continues tonight at 8. And the Oil Kings host the Kelowna Rockets tonight down at Rogers Place. Puck drop, 7 o'clock. Up next, the morning after show is the Oilers defeat the Habs 3-2 in overtime as the trade deadline installment of the Nielson Show continues here on your Friday.
There's something happening here. The Oilers look a lot better this year. Another win, put 2 points on the board. Telling me your faith is restored. I think it's time you stop. Listen, here we go. Wake up with the morning after show. This year's team's looking strong. Connor and Leon, they can't do no wrong. 6 o'clockers are losing their minds. Getting so many messages on the text line. Think it's time you stop. Listen, here we go. Wake up with the morning after show.
All right, 6:37 on the Nielson Show.
Rip City Steps got a great idea in the nasty chat. I don't know if
Does
you
he?
saw it. Yeah.
Does he? What's that?
500 likes and Glue Guy will buy Dusty a tankless hot water system.
That's actually pretty funny. It got you an air conditioning, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this has got to be a 500 likes day anyway. The Oilers win. It's trade deadline day.
Max Jones for crying out loud.
I was going to get. I was going to get to that here in the morning after show. I mean, what a debut! That was really impressive.
Looking good. Looking real.
Yeah. All right. I do want to get this in today too. Next Saturday, and a bunch of nasties are already playing into this. It's the Heavy Hockey Showdown. EST teaming up with the crew over at Heavy Hockey. We're going to be at the downtown community rink. This thing gets going around at noon, and we are auctioning off the chance to be the head coach of our team, Team EST. You will be the head coach of our team next Saturday. You'll run the bench. If you want to bench Trev or myself, whoever, you can do whatever you want. You will also get a spot on the hangout. So you get to come in and be on the hangout with Tommy and Maddie.
That's great.
You'll get an EST hoodie and some EST socks. All right. We are auctioning this off today. All of the proceeds from the Heavy Hockey Showdown go to the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton, who help a number of people in the community every single year, and they just simply don't have a lot of people raising money for them. So all of the money will go to the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. And I think Fergie was one of the coaches last year. And oh man, the other
we were all kind of.
It was a good time.
I ran one of the gates in the
You
bench.
were running away. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Maddie's speech. I mean, he was.
Maddie.
It wasn't a dry in the room. Talk about inspiration.
Yeah.
right?
Maddie was on the bench with our head coach. It was awesome. last
Coach
year.
Mike.
Coach Mike
That's the one.
last year.
Yep.
So Fergie and Coach Mike last year, I believe, were the two coaches.
Correct.
Okay. It was an awesome time last year. It's going to be a good time again this year. It's going down next Saturday. This is March 15th, noon at the downtown community rink. You'll have a ton of fun, and we're auctioning off the spot to be our head coach. Come coach the team, and let's raise some money for the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. Once again, you'll get a spot on the hangout. You get to coach our team EST in this event.
You can play any system you want.
And
right?
I mean, if you wanted to go 1-4, we can go 1-4.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
You should go 4 forwards and a D-man just to see how it works.
Yeah.
You can do all this stuff. And you do it well enough, the others will hire you when they fire Knobloch, obviously, at the end of the season after they go out in the first round.
Where's that myth?
Just kidding. But yeah, if you would like to get in on this, we're raising money for the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. The guys who took part in this last year had an absolutely amazing time. Text your bid right now to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. That is where you can bid. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox. Dash says it was Coach Pete, not Mike. Pete does sound more familiar.
It was. I think we have a texter. It's Coach Mike.
What?
Yeah. There's a guy, Coach Mike.
That's his
texts.
handle.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I said Coach Mike.
Oh, okay.
My
All right,
apologies, Pete.
Yeah, it was Pete.
How could I forget you,
It was
Pete?
Pete. He was quiet, though.
But
Coach
carried
Pete
a big
was
stick.
quiet.
Carried a big stick. He
Huge
didn't want to get
stick.
in his bed.
Yeah, he actually carried a big stick behind the bench. I don't know what he was doing with it.
I noticed that.
But yeah, it was Pete, not Mike. Yeah. Coach Pete. Anyway, submit your bid, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999 if you'd like to coach us. Next Saturday at the Heavy Hockey Showdown, all of the proceeds going to the Edmonton Sexual Assault Center. Fire your bids over 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. You get a spot on the hangout, and you get some swag as well. Pizza Boy is in and says $500, but if I win, the entire hangout gets to be about wrestling.
I think you could
That's
drive
not
it
a
in your
bad
direction.
idea, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
That's not a bad idea.
sure. You get to coach your way. The hangout should also be your way, right? Like it's
Yeah. All right, Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy says $500, but the entire thing gets to be. Evan is in and says, any chance to bench Dusty for floating? I'm in for 200. Evan said he's in for 200. Pizza Boy came in at 500, but 780-218-9999. Get your bids in. It's going to be an awesome time. I mean, it was great last year. Fun game. Everybody's having a lot of fun. It was pretty good.
great officiating.
The officiating surveyor, Brad, questionable at times. And Tommy and I had to play defense last year, and I hate playing defense. I did score a goal last year, though, and it was a pretty nice one, actually.
Very nice.
Yeah, I kind of dangled in from the blue
I got
line.
a
It
front
was
row
nice.
seat to that.
You were very excited about that.
That
Yeah.
was +1.
Yeah. Did you get a plus on
Who are
that?
you,
That
Jake
was
Walman?
plus.
All right, let's keep those text messages rolling in. Morning after show, the Edmonton Oilers, dare I say, a much-needed win.
Yeah.
Against the Montreal Canadiens, 3-2 in overtime. Bouchard, the overtime hero last night, when it looked like he was going to be the overtime GOAT there for a bit.
Habs look good in overtime as well with that 3-on-3.
Yeah.
But usually when the Oilers take a game to that point, you're like, well, this is how it's going to roll. Habs were right there. But yes, Bouchard,
His 11th of the year.
he's a legend. He's clear. Janmark, on the other hand, and I know
Oh, man.
that
That had to have been the worst breakaway attempt of all time.
it's my big moment that happened.
I really wanted to see Janmark get his chance at redemption in a shootout. You know, Knobloch goes down to the bench and, hey, Matthias, you got that backhand 3 feet wide move?
Can we see that again?
Locked and loaded again for you? God, that was a tough look.
This was like last year when there was a breakaway and you're like, who is that? Oh, it's Connor Brown.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
when
like,
that was
and then
before he
you're
scored.
like, oh, breakaway. Oh, Janmark. Oh, no. Is he going to? Yeah.
That was a tough one. Corey Perry opened the scoring. Nice finish. A veteran finish. A goal scorer's goal as he goes up top. Jones picking up the assist. McDavid with an assist there as well. We'll get to Max Jones a little bit more. I was very pleasantly surprised with Jones. Caulfield's 31st, unassisted, tied it at 1. Draisaitl on the power play. Nice little snipe. Put the Oilers up 2-1. Joel Armia wide open. Found some soft spot in the Oilers defense off the rush. Hudson finds him, and he hammers it home. His 11th of the year. No scoring in the third period, and then in overtime, Evan Bouchard, with just under 7 seconds left, plays the role of overtime hero, and the Edmonton Oilers pick up the dub. What was the EST big moment that happened in this hockey game, buddy?
I mean, you got to boil it down to the winner, I guess, in the end. I mean, again, if that goes the other way, we're all talking about Bouchard. RCN here. Funny how Bouchard wins the game, yet everyone's still bitching about the giveaway. More good than bad. That is the type of player he is, and there is the good with the bad, and you take it. But
I mean, that might have been the worst overtime shift I've ever seen in my life.
Doesn't matter.
And then but then when they came back out, they had Deneen there for a bit and in overtime, and I was like, whoa, interesting.
Would have rather had him on the breakaway than Janmark as well.
Yeah,
but, it was a funny night, and again, I do think, the game against the Ducks, they come home, and nobody likes going to Ducks games. Atmosphere's flat as hell. Like, it's just one of the, I think this team does get up in those moments, right? And even that road trip out east, I mean, you're going to some of these markets where they give away 10 tickets and a free car wash if you fill your tank up with gas. Like, last night was a charged up atmosphere, probably one of the more charged up atmospheres they played in a while. So I think that goes to it as well. And you saw a little jump in the game, specifically, Maximus Decimus Meridius Jones out there, providing a little bit of venom in the bottom. But yeah, the big moment again, getting the full 2 and Bouchard, exercising the demons of overtime.
I think Skinner provided some big moments in this game for the Oilers.
Yes, he was dialed in. Gage was mentioning it too on the intermission hits.
I thought Stuart Skinner played excellent last night. I did have people on Twitter
apologizing.
They came at me. They said, I wouldn't say excellent.
Well,
I'd say he was good.
Yeah.
Like somebody was like still bitching about the second goal against, and I was like, man, he stopped 25 of 27. 9-2-6. 9-2-6. 9-2-6. 9-2-6. 9. It's a 9-2-6 save percentage there last night for Stuart Skinner. Made some pretty big saves, actually. I thought he played very well last night.
I think that was the best he's played in a long time. He was flashing. He was flashing the leather. Like every glove save he made, he
even made a couple of saves side to side.
He did, yeah.
In that game last night.
No, like he looked very calm in net yesterday. I was quite happy with his performance.
Would you say excellent?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. He was excellent last night.
No, careful. I don't know if I go that far. I thought he was excellent last night. I thought he was pretty good last night. All right, let's continue here with the super stat of the night. What are you going with, buddy?
Leon Draisaitl extending his point streak to 13 games again. I mean, what more can be said if you haven't had the heart yet? 46 goals now, plus an assist. Connor McDavid too, a pair of assists, but you might just have to look at one Maximus Decimus Meridius Jones getting the assist. First game, first point. He'll be my 4th star as well. Just over 10 minutes, couple of shots, not afraid to shoot, 3 hits. I'll go with that assist. You're going 9-2-6, aren't you?
Well, 9-2-6 is big. 9-2-6 is big.
Excellent.
Jones would... If Jones can play like he played last night, man, he should be in the lineup every game.
Well, just from what we've seen from this team and the depth and the lack thereof.
Now, I saw somebody over in the chat say one of his issues has been consistency. Well, so maybe it was like he was fired up.
First blush, but yeah.
When he got back, and now Slafkovsky stumbled, and Jones was able to catch him, but he took that puck away, turned around, and I thought for a guy who'd been coming up from the American League, who hadn't played yet, and was playing on a team that has the likes of McDavid's and Draisaitl's, when he got that puck from Slafkovsky, I was like, oh, he's going to chip it up the boards and just get it out and be like, phew, I made a play. But he grabs it, skates it up through the neutral zone, brings it over the blue line, does a nice little sort of in and out move, takes it wide, then tosses it back in front. Then moments later, circles back around and gets a shot.
That's
who the hell are you all of a sudden?
Well, that's a first round drafting attitude right there, right? That's kind of got that.
That did not look like a guy who spent the majority of the season in the American League. Like that looked like a guy with size that could make a bigger impact in your bottom 6 than half the guys all the guys who are in your bottom 6 essentially right now. So
Frederick was the add-on in the deal.
Yeah. Turns out Frederick was the throw-in. But you have to be very happy with his debut last night. And Trev, what'd you think of Deneen? I mean, played almost 15 minutes. My super stat was going to be they loaded up 3 defensemen pretty heavily last night.
Sure.
Bouchard played over 24 minutes. Nurse played almost 27 minutes. And Kulak was at 25 and a half minutes. And then the Embersons, the Stetchers, and the Deneens were in that 15 to 17 range. But I liked what I saw from Deneen. He seemed very confident with the puck for a guy who hasn't played in the NHL in like 3 years. Trev, what do you think of him last night?
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. Like, he made some pretty good plays in both ends of the ice. He wasn't afraid to make those plays, which is pretty impressive when you do come on a team that has the likes of Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. But him and McDavid, like when they were in the ozone, they made a few really good passes together. He almost scored he went behind the net and then he come out in front, wide open shot. Montembeault made a pretty good blocker save there, but man, I'm pumped. He looked way better than I was expecting. Way better. It's not even close. I'd have him. He was more noticeable than Stetcher has been the last month, than Klingberg has been the last month as well, and same with Jones. Like, those are big. They were noticeable, and it's not often that the Oilers bring in players that can contribute, and I hate that because I see other teams, they bring in a player and then he'll score in his first game. I'm like, the Oilers never have that, but they didn't score yesterday, but it didn't matter. Like, they still made really good plays and they were effective. So if they can keep that up, Oilers fans, you should be pumped, because I was certainly so pumped watching them last night.
Yeah, I think exciting things to see. It'll be interesting. Like, let's see what else they do here prior to the deadline. And we've got our Nate Trade Watch segment coming up here just after 7 o'clock. We'll take a look at everything else that has been done. You know what? The mornings of trade deadline day are usually pretty quiet. It's not unheard of that we might get 2 or 3 trades during our show, but it's also not unheard of that by 9 o'clock we haven't seen a single trade. And I'm not talking with us. I'm talking like around the league. So we'll see what ends up happening. I do like the fact that over on the TSN Trade Tracker right now, the Jake Walman trade is labeled as major trade. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good news. That's good news for the Oil.
That's how we grade them now. If you get the red sash,
it's a major trade.
Wow.
My God, they made a major trade. This is terrific. All right, let's continue here. The 3 stars in the hockey game last night. And let me just double check. Yeah, okay. So Draisaitl, 1st star. Bouchard, 2nd star. Cole Caulfield, 3rd star. Who's the 4th star of the game last night?
Well, I was talking about Max Jones. I don't think enough to garner a 4th star, although, again, with this market and we were talking, I think you'd
have the 4th most buzz coming. You know what I mean? Like
the buzz, and just because this team has been so flat, and I think Dineen factors into there as well, because when you're looking at a team that you minus a guy like a Matthias Ekholm when this guy comes in, I think you got to be pretty pleased with how it went. Although I know you said the minutes are a little shaved there, and they went with the 3, but let's go with Stuart Skinner. I think. Well, hey, I'm not saying, and I'm not saying excellent. They needed a good game and goal, and he provided them a good game and goal. The toxicity around that position has been immense as of late, and for just cause. I mean, I get it, but yeah, he was on it last night, and give him flowers and credit where it's due. So long may that continue. 9:26, I do believe, was the save. Yeah, 9:26. 27 shots faced, so sure, why not? And as Gager has been kind of banging on the drum, give it to him now and see where it goes. 1 capital A, not 1 lowercase a, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense. 38th star of the game last night. You know what? Usually in a win, I wouldn't go with an Oiler. I'd probably look at somebody on the Habs.
But, you have to. But it's a hell of a moment.
No, but a couple of things here. One, I'm going with Matthias Janmark.
Yes.
I mean, the worst breakaway attempt. Like, it wasn't even like somebody caught him and like hit his stick just as he went to make the move. I think he was trying to go full-blown old Miku Koivu. Remember Miku on those shootouts? He would always come in and then he'd go backhand and just lift it top cheese.
Rather just a slap shot.
I don't know if that's what Janmark was trying to do, but he also had no shots on goal in the game. He was -1. He played less than 11 minutes. And I'm going to put the spotlight on him a bit here because like, he's one of these guys that when Frederick comes in and if Jones can continue to get looks and play well, and maybe they add another forward. I think Tommy said last night that they still might be looking for a forward. I mean, Matthias Janmark at some point should probably be worried about being a regular in the lineup. It is March 7th. He has not scored with his stick on a goalie yet this season.
He's fast, though.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that the roster gets to a place where maybe Matthias Janmark does come out. Maybe it does come out.
Yeah.
Because they've got some more depth there now. So I'll go with that one. 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We've got a lot going on. And Yeah, if you've not yet subbed to our channel, we'd very much appreciate that. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we blow past 11.4K today and close in on 11.5K. So hammer that sub button today, and you don't have to go anywhere. We've got you covered all the way through until 6 o'clock tonight with the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6 a little bit later on. We are auctioning off a spot today to coach Team Edmonton Sports Talk in the Heavy Hockey Challenge. This is going down, or Heavy Hockey Showdown, I should say. This is going down next Saturday, starting at noon, downtown Community Rink, the DCR. You will coach us. You will get a spot on the hangout. You will get a hoodie, and you will get socks. Top bid right now is $500. If you can top that, all of the proceeds are going to the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. You will get a tax receipt, which many people like in this situation. Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. We are raising money, teaming up with the Heavy Hockey crew for the Heavy Hockey Showdown. The top bid right now to coach us, to have a spot on the hangout, an EST hoodie and socks, $500. Make sure you can join us next Saturday for this event. And if you don't want to coach and you're not playing, I know a bunch of the Nasties are already playing, you can swing on down and just watch and chirp and have fun too.
Oh, yeah.
It should be a
Chirp the
should be a
players
pretty
and
good
or
time.
the
Yeah.
officials.
Everybody. You can chirp everybody. Why not? All right, it is Friday. It is 6:55. You know what we like to do on
Yes, I've been waiting for this.
Fridays. Hey, who wants to crack some packs? We got Upper Deck Series 2 in the house.
If you see a card store on the side of the road, you think, gotta tweet it to the
Crack Pack! Crack Pack, yeah. I'm tracking down all the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today. Looking for the young guns today.
I got me a card, it's a heck of a pull, and we're tweeting it out to the Crack Pack. I got me a canvas, it's worth about 20, so hurry up and sell it to get more money.
The Crack Pack is a little old game where we can crack together. Crack Pack, baby.
A Crack Pack, baby.
Crack Pack, baby, Crack Pack.
Changing 200. Let's keep hammering. It is deadline day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And if you like today, you'll like every day on EST. We have a lot of fun around here and we keep you entertained. We keep you informed and we'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening around the National Hockey League this morning. Drew Remenda, Sharks broadcaster, is going to join us. We'll get what he thinks Walman could be for this team into the playoffs. Nate Trade Watch is coming up just after 7 o'clock. Remenda is going to join us. Our hockey insiders are obviously tied up on TSN today. Yesterday in the National Hockey League, a few trades, so we'll recap those. We'll try to figure out what's going on with Mikko Rantanen as well. Will he stay in the East? I have a feeling he'll be sent back out West here. So we'll, but I mean,
is
I
that
won't
what you're
rule it
saying?
out.
Do you have a sense?
No, I won't rule
Just
it
a
out.
feeling, not a
I got
sense.
no sense.
Okay.
I would say that it would make the most sense for Carolina to keep him, move him back out west, I think. So we'll keep tabs on that. Dallas obviously sniffing around. The fan zone coming up, Coolbet hotline. That's a good one. I have to remember to put that lasagna in from the Italian Center as well. But yeah, let's crack some packs here for Wayne Sports
this
Cards.
is great.
If you have not yet been to Wayne's, just north of West Edmonton Mall in that whole Westgate area, the Boston Pizza, the Italian Center, and Wayne Sports Cards. This is Upper Deck Series 2. This was released on Wednesday. Cracked 6 boxes. You're looking for Michkov and Celebrini Young Guns. The 6 boxes I did with the crack pack on Wednesday, we did hit one of each. I've got 6 boxes of the case left. Probably going to do that Saturday. All right, come on. Give us something juicy.
Changing 200.
Dakota Joshua. Oh, I did get a young gun. It's not the right guy. Nikita Prishepov, Young Gun, Colorado. Did you get any possible trade? Whoa.
Oh, I got a Mikko Rantanen electricity.
Interesting timing for this.
Great sense.
How about this one? I know this name's popped up a little bit. Jake Allen, anybody?
Oh, I got a Peter Mrazek.
No, you didn't.
We're going to get the whole set.
Whoa, Allen and Mrazek on a day like this?
My young gun, Jet Lachenko Flyers.
Oh, we both got young guns.
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. Lachenko,
Oh,
Team Canada guy. Oh my God, John Gibson.
We're getting them all.
And look what that card's called.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. So we open up 2 packs today. We get John Gibson, we get Jake Allen, and we also get Peter Mrazek. What is that about? Is that just a coincidence? Or are the Oilers traded for a goalie today?
I'm getting a sense here.
Probably not.
Oh, and Dan Vladar.
Yeah. Nobody cares about Dan Vladar. Anyway, Upper Deck Series 2 is out. Celebrini and Michkov, they both scored their 20th of their rookie seasons last night. Their young guns are out. These are the big boys this year. So you're going to want to pick up some Upper Deck Series 2. Go on in, see Wayne, Nicky, the crew at Wayne Sports Cards. They'll be happy. Tell them we sent you. And they'll probably want to talk about sports with you for a little while.
Get a box and not open it.
You're going to sit on one? You're just going to go sit on one for a while? You saw, I think I still have a box of Kaprizov Young Gun.
In the
just
plastic.
Kind of sitting there, yeah. All right, 6 o'clock hour, fun hour, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks for all the likes. We are going to take a look at the latest, absolute most up-to-date Oilers cap situation as we kick off deadline day here. Nate Trade Watch is on the way next. Drew Remenda, who covers the San Jose Sharks, is going to join us at 8:05 today to get his thoughts on what Walman could end up being here for the Edmonton Oilers. Are the Oilers done? If they are done, what do you think about that? What do you think about Frederick, Jones, and Walman being the deadline right now? And we still really don't have 100% clarification on the Evander Kane thing, right? Like people were thinking that they might have access to it. As of right now, they don't technically need it. So we'll give you all the details on that. Nate Trade Watch is on the way. The Fan Zone around 7:30 today. That's a good for the Italian Center still to come as well. And we'll give you a hotline for the Coolbet hotline of the day. Bones is in and says, I'm holding out for Vemelka. I like the fact that Vemelka's already signed and like staying, and they're just like, Bones is like, nope. I still think they're going to get him. The classic sign and trade. Let's get to a sports update right now for Nisku Glass. Anything, and we literally mean this, anything to do with glass.
Yep.
Big Dave and the crew at Nisku Glass can take care of you. Rick's got more on that after the update.
Oilers back in the win column last night. Evan Bouchard with the overtime winner, 3-2 over the Habs. Leon Draisaitl notching his 46th of the campaign, stretching his point streak to 13 games. Oilers back on the ice tomorrow night when they welcome in the Dallas Stars. Also last night off the ice, the club acquired left shot defenseman Jake Walman from the Sharks in exchange for Carl Berglund and a 26th first-rounder. Avalanche, meanwhile, would acquire Brock Nelson and William Dufour from the Isles for Oliver Shillington, Caleb Ritchie, and a pair of picks. Around the league last night, Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar combined for 11 points as the Avalanche would hammer the Sharks 7-3. Jets 4-1 victors over the Flyers, and the Stars with a 3-2 overtime victory against the Flames. Trade deadline once again 1 o'clock Mountain this afternoon. 6 games around the NHL tonight, including the Golden Knights hosting the Penguins. Over to the association, LeBron and Luka combined for 63 points. Lakers taking an overtime 113-109 over the Knicks. Tonight, the Cavs look to make it 13 straight wins in Charlotte. The Raptors welcome in the Jazz, and the West-leading Thunder will host the Portland Trail Blazers. The field is now down to 6 rinks at the Briar as the playoffs will begin later this afternoon. At 12:30, Canada's Brad Gushu will take on Alberta's Brad Jacobs in the 1v2 qualifying game. Over to the U of A, Pandas hockey with a 1-0 overtime victory at UBC, taking game 1 of the Can West Finals. That best of 3 continues tonight at 8, and the Oil Kings 5-game homestand continues tonight against the Kelowna Rockets. Puck drop at 7 from Rogers Place. Sports update brought to you by Nisku Glass. We want to thank EST and all the listeners and viewers, and what better way than to give them a deal. Mention Edmonton Sports Talk or present your Nasty Club membership for a 10% discount on windshields, glass, or any of your window and door orders. Call us today to get that ugly broken windshield replaced or to start planning your spring renovation projects now.
We're back, baby! We're back! We're back! Warm up that toaster oven!
I am a Zach High man with the Leafs I used to ride, with Austin Matthews by my side. I scored a couple and I had a little fun. Signed with the Oilers in July of 21. The Leafs let me walk because they thought I had no soul. Now I'm over 50 goals. I am the dangler from way across the other side, where Beamers and Audis are supplied. Third overall in the draft 2014. Got a one-timer like the game has never seen. Bottom of the circle is the place where I get set. It's going in the net. I'm Nugent Hopkins. I was born in 93. All the way from Burnaby. Played some junior for Red Deer and had a ball. Shined with the Oilers when I went first overall. My two-way game, they said, is totally complete. The best in the league. The best in the league. The league. The league. The league. I'm Connor McDavid. I'm sure you've all seen my work. I'm not from this planet Earth. I'm deadly serious when I'm telling you what's up. My soul, it will not rest until we hoist the cup. Do what it takes through all the struggle and the pain, till just the oil remains. And we're gonna win again and 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 again.
There we go. What's going on, everybody? Thank you very much for being here. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. It is the Nielson Show on a deadline day. The Edmonton Oilers have already been busy boys. Not just today, yesterday. They get the Walman deal done late last night. They've already picked up Frederick, and Jones already looks like a guy who can make an impact for this team if he can find the consistency that they would need.
Maximus.
We will find out everything we need to know about Jake Walman. Drew Remenda covers the Sharks. He's going to join us in about an hour. Chris Johnston is on one of the TSN panels right now. I don't know what's up with our TV. I can't get any of the sports shows on the TV.
Well, we get sports
I got it
shows
on my iPad.
They're just kind of the dollar
we'll
store
there.
type of ones.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there.
We got the Ocho.
Yeah,
right.
We do have the Ocho. Yeah,
thank God.
What's weird is that I pop up on this Samsung TV, you go to the TV, and I'm like, there's a TSN Ocho? What is this? What is this? All right, if you're watching over on YouTube today, give us a sub. We would love to. Our big push here is to hit 12K.
It's free
in the spring. So let's do it. It's free. You just hammer the thumbs up for us and click sub. You can turn on notifications if you want. You don't have to turn on notifications. The Nielsen Show brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. It is truck month right now at South Fort Chev. Check them out, www.southfortchev.com. Great deals right now on Silverado Customs and Custom Trail Bosses. Hour number 2 looks a little bit like this. We're going to get into our Nate Trade Watch segment right away. Then we'll dive into the Coolbet hotline of the day. I am 3-0, and then my Sepp Straka top 20 pick is obviously the tournament is still underway. But I did hit another one last night for the Lock Shop play of the day, which is always goes out on the Coolbet socials a little bit later on. Had Luka over 7.5 assists and the Lakers to win. Cha-ching!
Follow him to the bank.
Terrific stuff. So that's nice. I'll try to run it out here. Maybe a perfect week incoming after Huss was perfect last week. There's a lot of pressure to follow it up this week after Briar Tuck went 5 for 5 last week. But he ended up getting it done. We are auctioning off a spot today to coach Team Edmonton Sports Talk in the heavy. So who's playing? I'm playing. Tommy's playing. Trev, you're playing. We got a bunch of listeners playing, including some guys who are just like, oh, I'll try it. They've bought equipment and they're going to play.
Zach's
Zach's
in.
playing again.
He was the first one that.
Zach was he put his hand up right away. I kept, so when we were talking about it in the meeting, I'm like, who wants to play? Zach put his hand up and like everybody else was kind of quiet about it. And I looked around, I was like, does anybody want to play? Do we have anybody? He's like, I'll play. I was like, no, Trev, you want to play? Tommy, you going to play?
And he didn't even know it was the hockey
Zach's
tournament.
Like, over here, I'll play.
All you did was ask him if you want to play.
Yeah.
He didn't even know what he was
Didn't even know what it was.
I'm right in front of you, Dusty.
Who wants to play something today?
Right here.
Zach, like hand up. Anyway, we're auctioning off a chance for you to coach our team. So you'll coach Team EST next Saturday, noon, downtown community rink. All the proceeds going to the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. Top bid right now is $500. You'll coach Team EST along with getting a spot on the hangout, plus an EST hoodie and socks, and all the money going to a great charity. So if you'd like to place a bid, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and come have a nice little Saturday afternoon with us while we raise some money for charity next weekend. All right, let's get into the Nate Trade Watch. That's what you're here for today. It is the deadline, and we'll have you covered all throughout the day. Special 2-hour oil stream today for the deadline from 11, taking you up past the deadline just after 1 o'clock, and that'll lead into all of your post-deadline reaction with EST afternoons. Take your career to the next level with Nate's Construction, Leadership, and Supervision program. Perfect tool for professionals looking to advance their role or an organization needing to develop leaders. For more information or to register, visit nate.ca/CLSP. Very simple. nate.ca/CLSP to take your career to another level. By the way, quick update on the hot water tank. Oh, so this is something. Tam to me this morning, said, "Morning, love you. How are you feeling? Do we have warm water?" I said, "Love you too. No hot water. Working on it. Hope your day is great, beautiful." And then I said, Savage the plumber, he's going to reach out to her, working on getting somebody from his company else to take a look at it. Anyway, she texts me back. She says, "Okay, we do have hot water. I showered. I don't know if it's going to run out. I'm so confused." And then I said, "That makes no sense. It's completely unplugged." So anyway, she got a hot shower in this morning, and now we'll get it like it's totally not running. So I
better save it.
The water must have stayed hot all overnight in that.
Fill up some buckets.
Very impressive. Yeah, that's what I should have said. Save it. Save that water.
Fill that hot water bucket.
So anyway, she got to have a hot, warm shower this morning, and
good.
And Savage the Plumber's Company is going to be.
You live to fight another day, hey? Yeah.
Maybe it was the thermocoupler.
Sure, you should.
Which
say
is
that.
just the sensor. I don't know why it's called that, but
babe, probably just the.
I thermocoupled it last night. Calm down.
Calm down.
All right. Edmonton Oilers last night getting their hands on Jake Walman. More on him with Remenda just after 8:05 today. Walman goes to the Edmonton Oilers. He's got a year left on his deal. Carl Berglund and a conditional 2026 first-round pick going the other way. By all accounts and reports, no salary retention here. Right? We did not see, unless I missed it last night or this morning, no salary retention on this trade. So that brings us to the text from Hart from Puckpedia.
Friedman also had the pick conditions.
Almost at 1 a.m. Okay, what were the pick conditions on the Walman deal?
Per Elliott Friedman, if Edmonton first in 2026 is in top 12, they can instead transfer their 27 first pick to San Jose. If Edmonton trades their 27 first prior to the 26th deadline, the 26 first goes to San Jose unconditionally.
Okay. All right, so it's top 12 protected unless they've moved the 27.
Yeah.
Then the 26 pick goes to San Jose. Here's the latest from Puckpedia on the current cap situation, which plays into this rather significantly today for the Edmonton Oilers. They've already added Trent Frederick. They've already added Max Jones, who played last night and played well, and they've added Jake Walman. With no more trades, the Oilers could activate Kane from the LTIR if everyone is healthy by sending down the following. Dineen would have to go down. Klingberg would have to go down. Kapanen, well, this is going to be tough, actually. Dineen has to go down. Kapanen has to go down. Klingberg has to go down. Jones has to go down. Stetcher has to go down, plus one more.
You lost me at Jones.
To just bring in Kane?
Technically, with no more trades, Kane can return. That's what would have to happen, though. right now with their current cap situation, and nobody knows the cap stuff better than Puckpedia. Okay, Hart's a genius on this stuff. So his 2 tweets last night: after acquiring Walman, the Oilers have 301,000 cap space remaining in LTIR with 24 active players. There's no longer a roster limit size, so that changes things. The tweet once again: with no more trades, could the Oilers activate Kane from the LTIR if everyone's healthy? That's the question. He says the answer is yes. You have to send down Dineen, Klingberg, Kapanen, Jones, Stetcher, plus somebody else. His example would be Skinner if his no move is waived to be sent down, which there's no way Skinner waives his no movement clause to go to the minors. And then you'd be running with a 20-man roster. So it's not ideal, but technically there could be a way to get Evander Kane in, because we've all been operating under the fact that, well, if they got Walman and there's no retention, they must be playing with the Evander Kane LTIR money, which is a reasonable take to have. But Hart did lay out a way that you could technically fit Evander Kane in, but it involves Klingberg down, Kapanen down, Jones down, Stetcher down, Dineen down, and then one more guy down. You run a roster of 20. So that would be to get him in before the playoffs. Obviously, playoffs wide open. But that would be if he all of a sudden is like, hey, I'm going to play. You send down 5 guys, and you can still technically fit him in. So you've got that going for you right now, I guess.
Someone asked, and that's with no more trades today, right?
And that's with no more trades today. If there is another trade today, we'd have to reassess the entire thing. Doesn't sign text guy says, could you waive Jeff Skinner if not traded? Not on his no movement clause. I mean, you can't do anything with him on the no movement clause. 780-218-9999. It is the trade watch segment right now for Nate's
Jeff Skinner get moved?
Construction Leadership and Supervision Program. What's that?
Jeff Skinner get moved today? Ryan from SK seems to think so.
Well, you know what?
You've been sending quite a message to him.
That's the thing.
I don't know what, like...
If the Oilers went to Jeff Skinner right now and said, listen, man, we have a place to trade you. If you are here, the same thing will continue in and out of the lineup. Sometimes you'll get to play with Draisaitl. Sometimes you'll be watching from above. We are bringing in more bottom 6 type forwards, which would keep you out of that conversation. Will you accept a move to this team?
Will you accept this trade?
I don't know why Skinner wouldn't say yes, guys, to be honest with you. Like, Jeff Skinner at this stage of his career can't enjoy scoring goals and then being healthy scratched the next time. He's 6th on the team in goals, and they can't even get him into the lineup on a regular basis. So I would have to think that Skinner would be I don't know, but I would have to think there would at least be a conversation there with Skinner to waive his no move. If he's going to, if they have if there's another playoff team that's like, man, we do need some goals. We can deal with maybe some of the downfalls in Skinner's game, which I think he's kind of cleaned up a bit so far this season, but still can't get in the lineup on a regular basis. I'd have to think in the right spot, he'd probably be willing to waive. And I'm pretty sure Arvidsson would waive his no move too, if they could find the right fit for him. So 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Hampton Steve is in and says, with the less than $1 million in cap space remaining, I target Michael McCarron out of Nashville, big right shot, 4th line center, who's a key part of one of the best penalty kills in the league, only $900K cap hit, has another year on his contract, shouldn't cost more than a 3rd round pick. And yeah, let's just say they get somebody like McCarron. Well, then you can send Kapanen down. And, you know, like, there are guys on this roster that you can send down that I don't think the group would miss. Fraser to the inbox says, if you can make a deal with a top 7 or 8 team for Skinner, he would probably waive. Like,
you still get his playoff. You still get your playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't see much about his experience and time here that would make us go. Skinner's like, no, I have to stay.
Unless he's a sick puppy,
that would be
proving a point.
That would be interesting. I'm not sure what the level of interest would be in Skinner. I'm not sure what the level of interest would be in Arvidsson, but I don't think those no movement clauses are like 100% no matter what, we are staying here. I don't know why Skinner would think that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Arvison's like, yeah, okay. Just head somewhere else. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Or get us up over in the nasty chat.
Jared in the nasty chat says, but what if we just ignore the no movement clause?
What are you talking about? Yeah, but I have a no movement clause. I'm not sure about that.
If you believe it.
But it's in my contract. What contract? It's been destroyed.
I don't see any contract.
I like the idea of after the game last night, Stoff is in the basement of Rogers.
Burning boxes.
He's taking boxes of papers back across to the old barn where we call him the Phantom of Rexall. And he's down there with a paper shredder, shredding up no moves. Shredding up Matthias Janmark's 10-team no trade
doing
list.
the real work,
just being like
the scenes.
Let's go. Ryan says, boys, if they use Kane's LTIR, how much space would they have? Well, they have $300,000 without using the LTIR. So they would have Kane's LTIR money. You pull the trigger on something still if they wanted to. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in today. And we'll get to a few more of your text messages. Trev, if this was it at the deadline, what would you think? It's Jones, it's Frederick, it's Walman. How would you summarize that deadline as our in-house Oilers enthusiast?
I think I'd give it a B plus.
Yeah.
Maybe
Plus?
a B or probably just a B.
B plus is too close to A, I think.
I think so too.
I think this is
I'd
a
probably
B.
just give it a B. You know what? It's more than I thought that they'd be able to do, and just the first. I mean, it's one game. It's one game, but from the Jones, I loved his game, man. Like he looked awesome last night. So I'm gonna be keeping a keen eye on him. I'm excited to see what Frederick can do because he is the big fish. That's one of the players that I'm more looking forward to, I guess. And then Jones or Walman, like that's the big thing. It was defense, this Oilers slump. It's all been, they haven't been able to put the puck in the net, but we've been talking a lot about how bad they've been defensively. So I think he's going to move the needle. I think he's an impact player. You're going to notice a difference the second he arrives here in Edmonton. And I'm excited. Like what he was able to do on a terrible team, that's gotta excite you. What he can do on a really good team, right? And this Oilers team, after last night's performance, I'm back to thinking they're a really good team.
Oh man, you are quick to turn back.
I don't get it. How can they go from just nothing, no energy, no nothing, to playing like how they did yesterday, like generating plays every shift consistently? I don't get it. So he's going to be an impact player. I'm excited. I'd give it a B. I'm content with what they were able to do. It's more than what I was expecting.
This is actually pretty funny. This could be how you win text of the day today. Excuses that Jeff Jackson would give to these guys with no movements on what happened to their no movement clause. Big Dave. Lenny the dog ate your no movement clause. Jeff Jackson to Skinner after trading him.
Wow.
That's pretty funny. All right. So excuses Jeff Jackson can use on these no movement guys as to what happened to their no movement clause. Where did it go? Why are they all of a sudden allowed to trade them? That's a nice way to tie it in on deadline day and have some fun. 780 Lenny the dog ate your no movement clause. Jeff Jackson to Jeff Skinner after trading him. That's a good one. I like that. Here's what happened yesterday around the National Hockey League. Obviously, things will heat up today. We'll be in that, 13 to 18 trade range probably today because we did have some go down yesterday. The New Jersey Devils picked up Dumoulin from the Ducks. Second-round pick and Traff going back the other way. There was some retention, 50% on the Dumoulin deal. Nico Sturm went to the Florida Panthers along with the 7th for a fourth-round pick going to the San Jose Sharks the other way. The Golden Knights brought back Riley Smith. The Rangers get Brendan Brisson. You will not be surprised by this, but I did pull one of his young guns on Wednesday
Absolutely,
night.
yeah.
And 2025 third rounder going to the Rangers. Carson Soucy goes to the Rangers. The Canucks get a third-round pick for him. It's the San Jose Sharks' third-round pick. Justin Brazeau to the Minnesota Wild from the Boston Bruins. Jakub Laku, Marat Kuznetsov, and a 2026 sixth-round pick going to the Bruins. Bigger trade of the day came down last night. Brock Nelson, Winnipeg Jets fans, earmuffs. Brock Nelson goes to the Colorado Avalanche along with William Dufour, Shillington, Callum Ritchie, a 2026 first-round pick. I think I might have pulled a Ritchie young gun on Wednesday, too. I'm not even lying.
The trade deadline has a lot of young
it's
gun
all
names.
these young guns. It's all these, like, outside of Mitchkov and Celebrini, it's just a bunch of bum young guns.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that was one. I could be wrong. I know I've pulled one of his. The Islanders also get a 2026 first-rounder and a conditional third in 2028 from the Avalanche. So the Avalanche land Brock Nelson to be the 2C behind Nathan McKinnon. Shillington was immediately flipped from the Islanders to the Ducks for future considerations. That's always got to be a blow to the ego on deadline day when you're moved for future considerations, which is what Walman was moved for from Detroit to San Jose and a second.
The Iser plan.
Yeah. And then Walman comes to Edmonton, I guess I should say, for Carl Berglund and the conditional 2026 first-round pick. If it's top 12 pick, which you sure hope it isn't, but if it's a top 12 pick, it'll be pushed to 2027. Unless the 2027 pick has already been moved, then no matter what, the San Jose Sharks will get that first rounder. 780-218-9999.
Pizza Boy. Sorry, Jeff Skinner is actually a now movement clause. You're being moved now.
There was a very small
typo on the.
There was a very small W. Just a little W right after the O.
Yeah,
Would you look at that?
You couldn't even read it. You need like a magnifying glass. Actually, take a look at this. Oh, that is a W there, but you can tell it's been put in with a pen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's a pencil.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's Pizza Boy, who had also outbid himself for the coaching thing.
He's on fire.
He had the top bid at 500. He's now come in at 525.
Wow.
Pizza Boy. Well done, sir. Yeah, we are auctioning off a spot to coach Team Edmonton Sports Talk. Next Saturday, downtown community rink. It's the heavy hockey showdown. Team Heavy Hockey versus Team EST. We need a coach. We need a coach on our bench. If you'd like to be that head coach and get a spot on the hangout with Maddie and Tommy and get an EST hoodie and socks, the top bid right now is $525. It's the Pizza Boy who says if he wins, he wants that entire hangout to be about wrestling.
I think we could probably
at this point,
stretch that, yeah.
If it's not the day after an Oilers game, I'll let that slide. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Jeff Jackson to Jeff Skinner's no movement clause. Lou Brown pissing on Roger Dern's contract from Major League. Oh, it's a pretty good one as well. I don't mind that one. All right, the Edmonton Oilers coming off a dub last night. Now heading into trade deadline with a couple of things already done. There's Ryan Rishaug down at the rink early today. Doing a
Look at him.
Good to see Bob McKenzie back over on TSN for a day as well. But the Oilers already getting some stuff done. I think Tommy was tweeting last night that they could still be looking for another forward. If you're the only way I would think that they land, I know some people have been texting being like, man, find somebody to play with Draisaitl. The only way they do that, I think, is if they know they have the Kane LTIR. I just can't see money in, money out to get a top six guy. But could they add another bottom six guy? Easy, capping down. Like there's guys you can send down to improve the roster. So I would think they're probably still working on a trade or two. So we'll keep tabs on that as we work our way throughout the day. Let's dive into our Coolbet segment quickly right now. And no lock shop today because we're going 2 hours oil stream deadline show. So no lock shop today, but make plans. Sunday night, I have a $100 bounty on my head. So will Huss. So will Remo. And I think Tommy Gazzola will as well. We have our lock shop poker series event number 7, I believe. Sunday night, 7 o'clock. Just go to coolbet.com, download the poker software, and you can register. You can join us. We usually get anywhere between like 60 to 85 entries. So the winner's usually taking in a pretty good chunk because it's about $30 to buy in, and you can rebuy in the first hour. It'll be a lot of fun. Valji down in Calgary's wearing a cowboy hat.
Hey.
on his hit today.
Well, that's what they do. Cowboys down there? Stampede? A cowboy.
What's that about?
As Tommy says.
Anyway, let's get to your Coolbet line of the day today. What do we have here? The Jets and the Devils tonight. Detroit and Washington tonight.
Vegas, Pittsburgh.
Well, that's an interesting game. Vegas and the Penguins tonight. What's Vegas in regulation? -149. Nah. Canucks and the Wild. Blues and the Ducks. Utah and Chicago. Here's what we'll do. Utah, Chicago, over 5.5, -130. You can move that down. It's sitting at 6. If you like it at 6, over 6, -105. But let's just play it a little bit safer. Let's move it to 5.5, and we'll take the over 5.5 in the Utah-Chicago game at -130. That would be your cool bet play of the day today. But most importantly today, be ready to join us. Poker Sunday night. Huss finished second in the last one. Best I've done is a 10th place finish.
Poker Tuck.
Poker. Somebody called him Friar Flush. That kind of works too. Is that lasagna?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm smelling lasagna.
You're like Garfield. You'd be floating away over to the.
Is that what Garfield
toaster.
liked?
He was a big lasagna fan.
I never watched Garfield.
The cat.
Sorry,
yeah.
everybody. I never
really. No.
I never watched Garfield. I don't know.
Did you read the
Trev's
comics?
giving me like these FU eyes.
Ever
over
read the
there.
comics? The big
No,
comics. You know
no.
they have those big.
Actually, you know what, boys? I'll say this.
Embarrassing.
Trev,
You're a Garfield guy.
Trev
eh?
shaves off his mustache, starts talking trash.
Yeah, and more.
Unbelievable.
Show him, Trev.
No. I didn't read a lot of comic books growing up either.
Well, it wasn't really like a comic. It was those, you know what I'm saying? They were kind of flatter, but they were like thick books.
Yeah. Yeah, like I used to read Archie comics.
Yeah, same type of deal.
The
Like, it
same
wasn't
type of thing, the
serious.
smaller one.
Yeah.
And then I collected Maximum Carnage Spider-Man comics
Yeah,
series. I
those
got
are
like
okay,
all
yeah.
of those. But
You never got in the
But I
Garfield,
never got into any of
the
the other
Garfield verse, eh? With
no,
John Arbuckle?
I didn't even read the old Calvin and Hobbes thing. I wasn't even cool enough to do that. All right, 780-218-9999. If you're on TuneIn, you're on iHeart, you can text us. That's the text line. Tell your friends how easy it is to hop on EST. And if you're watching over on YouTube today, let's hammer the thumbs up today. This has to be at least minimum of 500 like show. It's the deadline day, and the Oilers have been active in the last 48 hours. We are 36 away from changing 300, so hammer that as well. And if you have not yet subbed to the channel, please do. Give us a sub today. Come back for more. We got a big playoff run coming up here, especially after the Max Jones trade. Let's get to a sports update with LTE for Park Mazda. Coming up on the other side, we will have Drew Remenda for Pro-Am Sports. He's going to give us all the latest on Walman. What are the Oilers expecting? What does he excel at? Can he play the right side? If you have any questions about Walman, get them in. I am curious as to why Detroit gave a second to just get rid of him, like just over a year ago. So we'll get into that a little bit with Remenda as well. The Fan Zone is on the way next. They've got Walman. Could be top 4 guy for him. They've got Frederick, and they've got Jones so far. What else do they have to accomplish today to make you a happy Oilers fan? 780-218-9999 or hit us up over in the nasty chat today. It's the Fan Zone. It's on the way. That's a good. Still to come as well. Sports update right now with LT.
Evan Bouchard scoring in overtime as the Oilers get past the Habs 3-2. Leon Draisaitl with his 46th of the campaign, league leading. He also extends his point streak to 13 games. Oilers back in action tomorrow night when they welcome in the Dallas Stars. The club also acquiring left shot defenseman Jake Walman from the Sharks last night. Going to San Jose, Carl Berglund in a 2026 first rounder. Avalanche acquiring Brock Nelson and William Dufour from the Isles for Oliver Shillington, Callum Ritchie, and a pair of picks. Elsewhere around the league last night, 11 points for both Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar combined as the Avs would hammer the Sharks 7-3. Jets 4-1 over the Flyers. Jason Robertson with the overtime winner. Stars dumped the Flames 3-2. Trade deadline, of course, 1 o'clock Mountain this afternoon. 6 games around the NHL tonight, including Vegas at home to the Penguins. Over to the NBA where LeBron and Luka combined for 63 points as the Lakers take it in overtime against the Knicks, 113-109. Cavs look to make it 13 straight wins tonight in Charlotte. The Raptors host the Jazz, and the West-leading Thunder are at home to the Portland Trail Blazers. Hell of a game this afternoon at the Briar as the field is now down to 6 rinks as the playoffs will begin. Canada's Brad Gushu will take on Alberta's Brad Jacobs in the 1v2 qualifier. That goes at 12:30. Over to the U of A, Pandas hockey with a 1-0 overtime win at UBC, taking game 1 of the Can West Finals. The best of 3 continues tonight, puck drop at 8, and the Oil Kings homestand continues tonight when they take on the Kelowna Rockets, puck drop at 7. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he's proud to announce that he is done dealing for the day.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a figure skater. He wears like a white outfit and he does interpretive ice dances to my life's journey.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Live Road, parkmazda.ca.
Pin strap. Pin strap. Pin strap. Awareness month is upon us. Charge. Charlie the Penguin. Chin strap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chin strap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chin strap Penguin. I remember my first toy penguin. Hello. Oh, my name is Hello. Oh, my name is Charlie the Chin strap Penguin. Because I'm a chin strap penguin. The chin strap is an aphrodisiac. The chin strap is an aphrodisiac. Confirm.
Everything about it is perfect.
There's good chinny and there's bad chinny. Yeah. I'm sure Ryan Rishaug probably shaving in the hot tub as we speak. There you go. Beautiful. Charlie the Penguin. Chin strap penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chin strap penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chin strap penguin. Sketchy animal mascot. Charlie the Chin Strap Penguin. That's a church mascot. I love that penguin. The animal world. Happy church, everyone. Help us end the stigma. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Charlie the Penguin. Chin Strap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chin Strap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chin Strap Penguin. 7:36, Nielsen Show original songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade and consign. A sport for every season with hockey equipment and skates, obviously ready to go year round. Check them out, www.totemoutfitters.ca or visit them at 7430 99th Street. Bones is in. Top bid $600 now to coach Team EST at the Heavy Hockey Showdown. Your move, Pizza Boy, or anybody else that wants to get in. Spot on the hangout, EST hoodie, EST socks, and chance to run the bench for our team next week. And Bone says it'd be worth it to bench a few guys. That's what people are looking for.
Can you do the old Reggie Dunlop, like player-coach type of deal? The whole...
I mean, no, I think the roster's full.
You have to be, yeah.
I think the roster's full.
I'll send a few guys down, make some room for yourself. Eh?
Call, yeah.
Can you imagine?
Hey, man, you're not playing.
You're actually, yeah.
You're hitting Jeff Skinnerd. You scored 3 goals in last year's game, but you're not playing this year because I'm sliding in. Collingwood Rob to the Paris Jewelers inbox this morning. Jeff Jackson to Jeff Skinner on his no movement clause. Je ne parle pas anglais, NMC? With a puzzled look. That's a good one following up yesterday's show. Keep those coming in. What excuses can Jeff Jackson give to Jeff Skinner to waive his no movement clause? Or Arvidsson for that matter. But the Jeff one's funny because the guy can't draw into the lineup for some reason. So 780. Pizza Boy's come back in at 625.
He will not be stopped.
Pizza Boy's not messing around today.
But again, you know there's a Kelly McCrimmon bidder in there somewhere that around 8:55.
Just gonna
know what I mean?
slide in here at some point. All right, we have that's good coming up. We got a lasagna in the old oven over here.
It's looking real good.
Of course it is.
The bird is in the nest.
The Italian Center Shop never misses.
I'm enthused.
We're gonna get to that around 7:45 today. Yesterday, I'm there, and they were picking up the lasagna for me. And I was just staring at the panini and the roll of it. I was just like, how do you walk out of there without one of those things? Right?
Gager had some cold risotto in last night.
Of course he did.
He had a little kind of a...
Risotto, like the rice dish?
Yeah, with some feta cheese and stuff. It looked real delicious.
Never had risotto.
Press him on that.
It's just creamy rice,
man.
though, right?
Yeah.
It's creamy rice?
Like,
Yeah. I know it doesn't take much to make it because I watch all those Hell's Kitchen shows.
You may find a recipe for a banging seafood risotto. It's delicious.
You mix in a little crab and
sure,
stuff like
the
that.
whole bit, yeah.
Very nice. I'm going to do a ground beef risotto. Has that ever been done?
With onions.
No onions.
No.
Just ground beef with some taco seasoning on it in a creamy rice. All right, changing 300. Good. Let's keep going. Let's keep hammering this. And if you were watching on YouTube today, sub to the channel. If you haven't already, we know there's many of you that watch and don't sub.
It's free.
It's free to sub. It's free to sub.
You don't get any junk mail. You don't get any sort of, hey, you want to...
No, there's nothing. We don't bother you at all.
It's nothing.
It's free to sub, and it literally does not change your life at all, but it helps our lives. So give us a sub today as well. All right, the fan zone. We already mentioned it. The hay is in the barn with Frederick and Jones. And Jones, yes, very impressive last night.
Jones and Frederick.
If Jones can give you 10 minutes like that on your fourth line, you should probably stay on the fourth line.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, he shouldn't move up, but
screaming out for that type of performance, right?
Yeah.
That type of player.
Now, it's one game.
Yeah,
we can't get too crazy.
Oh, we can.
But
we can and we will, damn it.
It's okay to be excited about one game.
Yes.
It's okay to be excited about one game. And I think that's fair. He was good last night. Richard is suggesting that Jeff Skinner's contract was written with ink that disappears in sunlight.
Tay says they spelled his name with a G, so it's void.
Yeah, it's Geoff.
Geoff Skinner.
This actually isn't you. I guess you should have looked. I still like the idea of sneaking a small W in behind the NO, and it's a now movement clause. That was pretty good. That was Pizza Boy, too, who's got the top bid right now at $6.25 to coach us next Saturday. All right. They've got Walman. They've got Frederick. They've got Jones. As of right now, they could send down like 4 or 5 guys and fit in Evander Kane. What do you want to see them accomplish before the deadline today? You might already be like, okay, happy. You might be like somewhat satisfied, but you're not completely satisfied right now.
Trev
I
gave it a
know
B,
Oilers
a
fans
B.
aren't. Yeah, Trev put it at a B. How do you get this up to like an A- at least? What say you? 780-218-9999. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Oh, look at Fergie. He's heading to Scotland on Tuesday. He won't be at the heavy hockey this year. It's a
Bon
great cause.
voyage, yeah.
Yeah, have a safe trip, Fergie. I'm sure they'll send you back to us. All right. And Savage the Plumber. Oh, this is nice. Savage the Plumber says the tank is getting fixed, folks. All is saved in the Nielson household.
Wow.
That's good to
Look
see.
at that.
That's good to see.
Ahead of the deadline, too.
Yeah, that's terrific. I am Jack Bauer. Wow, good 24 handle. I would go after Alexiak. Then when Kane is back, put him with McDavid. Put one of Nuger Hyman on Dreisaitl's line. I will say now, Jack Bauer, love your work. I think they're probably out on defensemen now. I mean, they have Klingberg. They have Stetcher, who can be your 7th and 8th. And they've already brought in Walman. Either Walman will be in your top 4 or Kulak will be in your top 4. And if this is the hand they play on the blue line heading into the playoffs, I think I'm okay with it. Now, I know Walman, I'm not saying, you don't have to do anything else back there. If you want to upgrade.
And Cam Dineen.
If you want, well, yeah.
If you need,
Dineen looked okay. If you feel the need to upgrade on the Klingbergs or the Stetchers, or even, Emerson's been good, but maybe there is a way with Kane's LTR space that you can add another veteran defenseman who's defensive. Like Walman's a pretty good, well-rounded defenseman. And we'll get more of we'll start to get a feel for this once we get to see him here, obviously. But I think they're probably done on the back end, and I'd be okay with that. I know we've seen text messages here in the fan zone for fansfirst.ca. Buy fans for fans, no fees. So it's cheaper than anywhere else where you would be buying your tickets at Fans First. I know people are calling for a goaltender still. They'd like to see that. I would say I'd be surprised if they go and snag a goalie.
Even you said yesterday, if there was a stinker performance last night.
I was wondering if maybe that might drive. But Skinner had one of his best games in quite some time last night.
You can't really.
If Skinner can find that game and the team, now Skinner made some pretty good saves last night. Like, I thought he played well. Had the glove going a bit last night. Made that one side over to the right, a nice one-timer stop.
But this isn't a team that leans on its goaltending as its prime weapon,
Yeah,
right? So
they usually don't. They need to.
they shouldn't
right?
have to,
So,
and then that's. Clint wants Georgiev.
So I think the focus here would probably be one more forward.
Georgiev,
The father.
the father. Yeah, no,
Gag says, boys, I think realistically, adding a right shot 3/4C in McCarron is likely at this point, and I would be good with that. Bronx the Boilermaker says, fix the Kane problem by sending one player down. Send Kane down.
JKB says the team needs someone who can score goals. There's so little finish on this roster.
Well, I mean, there's guys who should be finishing.
Yes.
Hyman
You would
could be
expect-
finishing more. Nuge
Yeah.
at some point should finish.
A few of them have to hit.
Skinner finishes okay, but he's not in enough to put up the numbers that you make you talk about him in this situation. In a perfect world, you'd like to add. I would like to add a 2-3 line tweener winger that can play with Draisaitl, but could also maybe drive the third line a little bit. But here's what you know who I just described? A healthy Evander Kane. So, and I know this will be part of the conversation, probably here and other places throughout the day. If their deadline is Jones, Walman, Frederick, and a healthy Evander Kane, that's 4 guys you're adding to this roster for the stretch and playoffs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that
even
could
though
be
people
viewed that
always
way.
hate the in-house edition of when somebody comes back and it's like a
Yeah.
You know,
So I think you're probably looking at a pretty consistent, like a bottom 6 guy. Probably not somebody that you're like, oh, could play up higher. Some people are saying Frederick maybe could move up and down a little bit.
Yeah.
But
top 12.
if there's one more thing coming down the pipe, then it's probably a bottom 6 forward, and that's it for today. And I know you'd love something like wild and crazy, but they've already moved to first to get a defenseman. They've already got super creative, moved out a second and some prospects to get Frederick and Jones. And they've already built, as Trev described it, a B type deadline.
B.
You know, adding a bottom 6 forward probably takes it to a B plus type deadline. And if they do something today that you're like, whoa, didn't see that coming, and hey, that guy might want to play with Draisaitl, then you might be getting into A deadline territory. But so far, so good. They might not be doing much more. 780-218-9999.
Sherwood Park Luke.
God, Sherwood Park Luke,
Yeah.
you are a sick puppy. Jackson to Skinner. We are looking for reasons / excuses that Jackson can trade Skinner and void the no move, essentially. Jackson to Skinner says, Jackson to Skinner, okay, Jeff, time to act on that nose movement clause. He then proceeds to punch Skinner in the face, breaking his nose in 3 places before sending him packing. Sherwood Park Luke. Actually, you know what could happen? The nose movement clause could actually get him on the LTIR. Then you can use Skinner's LTIR space.
Now we're talking.
Yes. 780-218-9999. We are almost 2 hours into trade deadline day, as it is pretty much every single morning for us on a deadline. Somewhat quiet. I will never forget the year back at the old station before they killed it, when I was on the air from 6 a.m. until like noon, and there was nothing.
Yeah.
Like anywhere in the league. There would like been one sort of like American League swap.
Yeah.
And I walk out, and then like Gregor would come in at noon. So I go to noon, and then I do the morning show, and then we had the little sort of round table with Tide and
Would be
JMO and
shuffling papers.
yeah, and then so I'd hang around there until noon, and then I would leave. Gregor would come in and do noon, and then his show. And I remember how angry I was. I'm leaving. I'm like, man, absolutely nothing. Then I get to the car, turn on the radio, and like, Marian Gaborik has been traded. I was like, you got to be kidding me, deadline? Ridiculous.
It's a cue in the fax machine.
How do you think that lasagna's coming?
I don't mind a little more well done, I'll tell you that. I don't mind a little more crispy edge.
Get that cheese a little bit
I'm gonna
crispy.
give it-
Go take a quick peek. We'll get into that's good for a second. And the that's good today is actually non-hockey related. And it's good for this person, but it drives me nuts. So we'll get to that coming up. Chris Johnston, who usually would join us for Pro-Am Sports just after 7 o'clock. We're going to have Remenda here in about 15 minutes to find out a little bit more here about Walman. Chris Johnston, who usually joins us for Pro-Am at this time. I'm just seeing Pro-Am, team fundraiser. This is a no-brainer. I mean, you got to contact the Cooks and Boys over at Pro-Am. If you're doing an auction, and how many like sports teams are doing auctions and stuff, charity events are doing auctions, no risk auction and raffle items. No risk to you or your organization. Visit them in store for all the details. Santa Barbara Trail, 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. We'll get to that again when Remenda joins us. But this was Chris Johnston 15 minutes ago on the Rantanen situation. Step one was Dallas and Carolina agreeing to the framework of a deal, which did happen. This is pretty basic stuff. Come on, CJ. Step two is Dallas reaching a contract extension with Rantanen, which hasn't happened. There's no trade without step two being satisfied. Clearly. So that's where it's at. The two teams came to terms on what a deal would be. Rantanen's going UFA here. Is he not? Or is he just waiting till they say, hey, this team wants you, and he goes, okay, now I'm in.
I think he's going UFA.
I think
he's going to be.
Why would you not want to sign in Dallas?
Well,
great team. They're going to give you the money. I don't. Jeez.
And that was part of the issue right now is the contract negotiations. Mikko Rantanen said he wasn't really wanting to discuss any of that right now. Like he was willing to with Colorado, but that's kind of the rumbling with Carolina.
It's a deadline. Charlie the Penguin.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Oh no, I'm burning. Charlie. Go ahead, Trev. Finish your thought process.
Yeah, no, that's pretty well it. It's just he wasn't really willing to look into contract negotiations right now with Carolina. Like that's kind of why they were like, well, this he was with Colorado, but he's kind of been hesitant with Carolina.
Huh.
So,
all right. So anyway, Dallas looked like they were going to get him, but no contract extension could happen. So it hasn't happened yet. Maybe there's a contract extension happening. Maybe Andy Strickland was right all along. And he just wants to become an Oiler in the offseason.
Oh.
He did swear.
Could you imagine how the opinions of Jackson and Bowman would change from all of us and all of the fans if later on today Evander Kane gets traded to Carolina and rounded? I mean, this is pipe dream stuff. But now we wouldn't have drinking.
I'd buy a Jackson jersey.
I wish I was drinking a little bit this morning. All right, there you go. That is the Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. We're keeping tabs on everything going on. And right now, let's just be honest. There's not a lot going on. But I have to think the Oilers, I mean, they're probably trying to add another forward. We'll see if they can get something done. If you're watching over on YouTube today, let's keep those thumbs rolling in. Well over 500 people watching right now. And of course, many, many more listening on TuneIn or iHeart or at edmontonsportstalk.com. If you would like to sub to our channel, that would be great, as we are trying to make our big push up to our next sort of level of celebration, which would be 12K. And right now we're closing in on 11.4. So if you're here for today, we ask that you sub, you come back. We are 32 subs away from hitting 11,400.
Oh, yeah.
So give us that sub. And keep those texts coming in on ways Jeff Jackson is going to manipulate the Skinner no movement. I like that. Red says Rantanen only wants to play in Canada. Can you imagine that guy? I mean, he's a Finn. Finland, Canada.
More Finnish. Yeah. Certainly provide that.
This text is, good morning, guys. What are the chances of getting Alexiak out of Seattle? That's what's missing with this group. That's from Inadequate Dustin in Victoria. What a name. Inadequate Dustin Victoria. Do you think that's his handle, or is he trying to say something about me? That's weird.
A little bit of messaging there, hey?
All right, should we get into this lasagna? Let's get into
it. It smells
that's
delicious.
I mean,
and I think it's done good. I gave it a little poke in the center.
It looks
fine.
Perfect.
It's toasted around the edges.
How long was this in for?
A little crisp. 25 minutes, 375.
We did this in a toaster oven.
Not frozen.
Toaster oven. 375, 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And we got ourselves a deadline day lasagna. That's a good from the Italian Center. You just swing in. You're sitting, start dishing out. You're sitting there this morning. You're like, oh man, what am I going to do for dinner with the family tonight? I got a long day. I got to work. Ta-da! Problem solved. Hit up the Italian Center. Pick up one of these bad boys, and we can go from there. Shoggy says he wouldn't mind hopping on. You know what? Let's say here. What about 8:20? 8:20? 8:30. What about 8:30? Maybe a Friday. We get Rishaug from TSN and the Got Your Back podcast on here maybe at some point today. Remenda's going to be on just after 8 o'clock as well. RCN says, why are people trying to add Oleksiak now? Yeah, no, their D is done. I think their D. And look, I'm not saying I wouldn't have liked to see Oleksiak here, but their D is done, I think. So, Rams fan says, morning, guys. You probably talked about it already, but Cam Dineen looked pretty good. I like the way he skates and transport the pucks. Could there be something there? What say you? I mean, I liked him too. For a guy who hasn't played in 3 years, I liked him last night. And I don't know if he'll factor in here at any point, but job well done. They would probably take another look at you if need be. All right, how is it, boys? The Italian center lasagna. That's a good. West Edmonton, which is where we picked up this bad boy. Edmonton Southside, Little Italy, Sherwood Park, and Calgary Willow Park. Oh, man. Let's go.
Look at that cheese.
Deadline day cheese off the lasagna. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that, Paul?
Yeah. Wow.
Lasagna baked cheese might be the best cheese going.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. Trev, you mute. I think Drew's connected. Here's what I wanted to get to. For that's good. Outside of our deadline day lasagna from the Italian Center. Did you see the deal that Stephen A. Smith got yesterday? Did you see this?
The deal?
I mean, he's not my cup of tea.
Isn't he the next president?
And I don't think, well, this is the thing. That's good is this dude gets whatever he wants, and it's insane. Stephen A. Smith, who drives me insane, but is like a big-time star south of the border. Let's just call it what it is. I don't get it, because he's a little annoying, but he signed a 5-year, $100 million deal. 5 years, $100 million. And included in the deal is he gets to talk more politics. This is what ESPN's agreeing to. We're going to say, we're going to give you $100 million and you can talk more politics. I mean, I think it should be, that's ridiculous. But for Stephen A. Smith, that's a good.
LeBron approached him.
I know,
last
I
night.
saw that. Well, enough. Like, Stephen A. Smith basically just made $100 million for critiquing LeBron for the last 15 years. Like, so yeah, LeBron got his face a bit last night after the game, which was kind of funny. Anyway, I don't like the guy. I think he's extremely annoying, but 5 years, $100 million to broadcast?
Well,
that's a good. And to be
annoying.
Yeah, this is
it's pretty much
it's
what
like
it is.
me signing a deal here, and my part of the deal is I get to talk more about the show Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
It's like included in it. Come on, like
crap out of Hernan on Tecmo.
Well, I didn't even get to that. That can be the tail end of that's a good.
Sure can.
So Hernan's walking around here yesterday.
Well, the day before,
talking trash.
The day before he was
calling me out.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm running everybody's show in Tecmo. Maddie's my B word, all this stuff.
Swearing.
I was like, okay, Hernan, let's play. I said, but I get the left side. I'm more comfortable on the left side of the thing. He's like, doesn't matter. Let's go. I beat him 27-10. Like Randall Cunningham on Tecmo Super Bowl.
Good night.
Had his way.
Good night.
Had his way with Nanso. Nanso was in such a full-blown meltdown, he kept walking over to Eric. Just kept walking over in Eric's direction. That's like a good 15 steps to get away from it. He was on tilt yesterday. And Hernan, I give you an open invitation to challenge me anytime you want. I'm not concerned. Hey? How's that
He was
sound?
complaining he wasn't up for it yesterday, though.
Oh, is that what it was? Please. Stuff your excuses in a sack, Hernan. Anyway, that's a good. $100 million for 5 years, and he gets to talk more politics because he's like trying to set himself up for some sort of presidential run, which, I mean, what is this? What is this? This one over in the Nazi chat says, Dusty, you're the boss at Edmonton Sports Talk. You can sign yourself for 5 years at $100 million.
Full no move.
Yeah, but it's deferred until the year 2100. Yeah. And I only get paid it if I'm still alive. I don't like my chances.
Hard crypto.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's in crack pack credit.
Wayne's just sweating.
He's just freaking out over there.
Me.
All right, we've got Drew Remenda coming up next. Obviously, covers the San Jose Sharks. What's the deal with Walman, and what can he do on this team? A better team. Now, no disrespect to where he's coming from, but a better team with championship aspirations. And can he play the right side a little bit? We're going to get into all of that. Then after we catch up with Drew, we're going to have Rishaug at 8:30 now. In between that, we'll do kind of easy trivia and 3 questions too many. Then after Shoggy, we got beer of the week.
It's like 5 hours in 1 hour.
There's going to be a busy third hour, but I like it. That's what we're here for. It's deadline day. If you're watching over on YouTube, sub to the channel. Hammer the thumbs up for us. 30 away from changing 400. And it's going to be good to catch up with Drew Remenda. He is on the other side of this sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric for Windsor Plywood Leduc. How about this lasagna?
Fixing for another slice here. Evan Bouchard, overtime winner. Oilers take it over the Habs 3-2 last night. Leon Draisaitl is league-leading 46th. The Oilers will host the Stars tomorrow night. Not so quiet on the Western Front last night when it comes to deals. The Oilers acquiring left-shot defenseman Jake Walman from the Sharks in exchange for Carl Berglund and a 26th first-rounder. The Avalanche making a move. They went and got Brock Nelson and William Dufour from the Isles for Oliver Shillington and Callum Ritchie and a pair of picks. Elsewhere on the ice last night, Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar combining for 11 points. Colorado would hammer San Jose 7-3. Stars also victorious in overtime, 3-2 over the Flames, and the Jets with a 4-1 win over the Flyers. Trade deadline, of course, 1 o'clock Mountain this afternoon. 6 games around the league tonight, including the Golden Knights hosting the Penguins. LeBron and Luka combining for 63 points, leading the Lakers over the Knicks 113-109 in overtime. Looking ahead to tonight, the Cavaliers look to make it 13 straight wins there in Charlotte. The Raptors welcome in Utah, and the West-leading Thunder host Portland. The field is now down to 6 rinks at the Briars. Playoffs begin later this afternoon. One of the 2 games will see Brad Gushue take on Alberta's Brad Jacobs in the 1v2 qualifying game. That gets underway at 12:30. U of A Hockey Pandas with a 1-0 overtime win at UBC. They take Game 1 of the Can West Finals. That best-of-3 continues tonight at 8, and the Oil Kings homestand continues tonight as well against the Kelowna Rockets from Rogers Place. Sports Update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
On deadline day. Thank you very much for being here. Edmonton Sports Talk has you covered from now up until the deadline and then past the deadline until 6 p.m. tonight. The Hangout coming up from 9 to 11. We will have a 2-hour deadline day edition of the Oil Stream from 11 until 1. EST afternoons from 1 until 3 with Hernan and Joaquin Gage, and then the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6 today, breaking down everything that happens. Slow morning, as per usual, on trade deadline day. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox today. Text of the day today will win a gift certificate to A&W, and of course the Nielson Show today and every day, brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet, and all of our deadline day coverage presented by Nate's Construction Leadership and Supervision Program. Take your career to the next level. Nate.ca/CLSP. All right, Rishaug in about 30 minutes, but this is a nice treat here. Let's catch up with Drew Remenda, covering the San Jose Sharks, knows more about Walman than all of us combined. Drew, how you doing, man?
How are you guys? Hey, I gotta say something, Dustin. First of all, congratulations on the new venture. It's out. It's fantastic. Second, I don't know how many times my boys who are now 28 years old, when they see a certain NHL star on TV on ESPN will say this over and over again. Connor, it's the Moose. One of the funniest bits in the history of radio.
What's up, Connor? It's me, Mess, the Moose. Man, we haven't done that one in a while. I love that. That still lives on. That's
so good.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
great.
good.
That's great, man. Oh, that's awesome. Well, tell them we all say hi. We
Okay,
appreciate
I will.
the time today, man.
Maybe the Moose can make a phone call.
Yeah. Remenda, boys. It's me, the Moose. All right. So tell us a little bit about Walman, man. Here, what are the Oilers getting? We look. We're like, oh, pretty good numbers this year. Decent plus minus. I'm not a very good team. What can he do? Do you think with this group? Who is he? What are we getting here?
He is. He first off, a terrific young man. And when I say that, a former Edmonton Oilers coach who I know very well, Todd McClellan, I used to talk, when we talk players, I'd start with that statement. And he finally get mad at me because they're all good guys, Drew. Shut up. Tell me what you think of them. So he is a great young man, though. He really found a home in San Jose. He was, when we was playing with Cody Ceci, the top defensive pairing for the San Jose Sharks. And he has become the best defenseman on the Sharks this year. Now, I know what people are thinking. Yeah, you guys are 32nd place, so settle down. Well, think about that for a second. How long and how often you're in your own zone when you are a 32nd place team? How much time you spend in the defensive zone playing defense? And if you are going to have any success whatsoever, you've got to get back to pucks quickly, which he does. You've got to be able to exit the zone quickly and cleanly, which he can do, one with his skating or two with a good first pass, and he's a good first pass defenseman. Offensively, he gets up in the play. Fourthly now, he's got a hell of a shot. It's a bomb. Maybe he and Bouchard could have a shooting contest. He racked up a few 90-plus mile-an-hour shots this season. I'm inside the glass, or on the bench, really. In San Jose, it's on the bench during the broadcasts. And when he'd shoot the puck and he'd know he'd get one, he'd come back and look at me and go, how fast? Because we get, you get the 94, and he go, I can get up to 100. He's quiet. He's not like a Mario for the Sharks. He's not like a Mario Ferraro type who's very boisterous and very upbeat. And he's a quiet, pleasant, thinking about the game all the time guy. I think he's look, I still follow the Oilers, still watch their games, of course. Sound down. Joke, sorry, it's a joke.
No, that's funny though. I appreciate that.
But when you watch the Oilers, you don't have problems at forwards. I know everybody talks, and I'm reading what it's defensively on just having guys that can get back to pucks quick and go quick. Because if you get the puck up to Connor and Leon and Hyman and whoever else is playing forward, they're going to go on the attack, and it's special. So Jake can help do that. And if you look at, the defense now, when you got Darnell, we got Ekholm, we got Bouchard and Jake, and Ty Emerson was with the Sharks too, and I love Ty. I think he plays a very solid, smart game. I think Jake adds another dimension of a guy who can move the puck and get it up, and he can also play on the second power play unit. Heck, he can play first power play unit. He's smart enough, moves the puck well, and as I said, really can shoot it.
Drew, checking a lot of boxes there is Walman, but I wanted to ask your thoughts on the path that he took from Detroit to San Jose, because I know Yzerman's taking a little bit of heat online this morning and from last night, and what he didn't get, and now what San Jose is kind of getting. So can you just kind of shed some light on how the Sharks went about acquiring him, the how, the why, and everything that went into that?
Not to be flippant, but unfortunately, Mike Gurr doesn't clear a lot of things with me or talk to me much about the moves he's going to make, which I think's a mistake. Obviously, my big hockey brain. Really, it surprised all of us when they got Jake Walman. I watch a lot of hockey. I'm watching Walman in Detroit. I'm watching Detroit, and I like Walman. I like a lot of things Detroit are doing. And there was rumors about Jake. He didn't get along with guys in the room. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But he's been terrific with San Jose. All I can judge him on is on the San Jose stuff, and his relationships with the guys. It's been fantastic. Everybody, what the guys are like in the room. Both of you guys have been in the room. You know what they're like. They're funny, and he gets along with everybody. I don't know why Steve didn't think he fit with the Detroit Red Wings, but he fit in beautifully and led the defense corps for the Sharks. So he has been nothing but terrific for San Jose. I'm I'm disappointed to see him go. I understand what we're doing, and I think maybe if the Sharks, going into this season, the Sharks, we thought were going to be better. I really thought, and most of us did, that the Sharks were going to be much better as far as the wins, losses. There's a lot of little things we can talk about, but I think if the Sharks maybe had more wins and there's more progression with the Sharks instead of losing better than they did last year, maybe this wouldn't even have happened. Jake would have been around, but Mike still must have looked at it and went, you know what, we still need to build, we still need prospects, we still need to continue rebuilding. We're not there yet where we can add veteran players or keep veteran players in order to be the team we need to be.
You said you watched the Oilers quite a bit. Does he play the right side at all? Like, do you see him as possibly being a fit with Nurse, or as I think many people here are viewing it, can play Kulak with Nurse, and then he can really sort of hit it on your third pair alongside Emberson?
Yeah, I think that's the best place for him. He can play the right side, but defensemen now, you guys, Dustin, come on, we know these guys now. Boy, if they're not able to play their position, they grab the stick and they have him tough. Now he can play the right side, but he's better on the left side. He's more comfortable on the left side. And with the way coaches are now with righty-lefty, I think he would be a terrific third pairing guy with Ty, and it will be a group, or it should be a defensive pairing that doesn't get caught in their zone very much. You guys have loved Ty so far. He's a good physical, smart defenseman.
Yeah, he's been a real nice surprise so far.
Isn't he? Yeah, and he's another guy who's just a wonderful young man. And when you look at the way that he can fit in with Jake, you're going to have a third pairing that shouldn't get caught, shouldn't be exposed, shouldn't be in a situation where you got to hide them from the other team's top guys, because they played when they were playing with the Sharks, and Ty last year played a lot of minutes and was a guy who was very good against the other team's top lines. Again, thinking about the team that we've had for the last few years, it's not easy being a defenseman for the San Jose Sharks. And Ty and what's that?
No, go ahead. Finish up there.
I was going to say Ty and Jake together will not be something you have to worry about as a coach, putting them out against anybody line or getting caught on an icing or a long shift.
What else does San Jose do today, do you think? I know they've already done a few things, but what else is cooking, do you think?
Well, he broke my heart yesterday, and when they traded Nico Sturm. I love Nico Sturm. Nico Sturm is one hell of a player. But guys, this is, if you want to see what a professional is like or needs to be like, watch Nico Sturm. But he gets to go to Florida.
Florida does it again.
Yeah,
get it, one of those guys. Like, yeah,
right. He's one of those guys you would absolutely love him. So they traded Nico, and I think that goes back to what I said earlier about we're just not there yet on what. So Mike wants to develop and continue to get prospects and continue to get draft choices. Luke Cunningham got sat out last night, and I haven't seen anything this morning yet on Luke. And he got sat out last night for trade purposes. Luke, another hardworking guy, for his personal life and diabetes and everything that he's gone through. He's so great in the community here, started a foundation. He's a guy that might get looked at. We heard when we were in Toronto that Toronto was looking at him. And there's a few other guys for the San Jose Sharks. Mario Ferraro's name's been thrown out there, maybe rumored to New York, which would really, now you're really looking at, okay, you fully embraced another bit of a teardown here where you're looking at the young guys on the Barracuda who are playing very well. I broadcast the Barracuda games too when the schedule allows, and they've got some good young talent there. Luca Cagnoni, not very big, but really mobile and good, played for the Portland Winterhawks. He's had a heck of a year. Jimmy Schultz has been called up, a long-time AHLer, but I think he's ready to play in the NHL. So Mike may be still looking at a couple of guys, veteran guys, that will hurt. The fans love them, and we all do too, because you guys know as well as I do, you need veterans to win in this league. But Mike has got a plan. They've been sticking to it since he got hired to develop the pipeline, bring them up into the San Jose Sharks, and grow the team from there. So I think I don't know if he's done, but Mike is a very quiet guy. He doesn't give you a lot. If you get a high and, how's the day going? How's your family? That's good. He's very focused. He's very analytical. He analyzes everything, and he's everywhere. He's at every game. He's at every practice, and then he goes out and does his scouting as well. So he's very prepared, very thorough, and they believe that they're on the right path. And for some things they should have seen with some of the guys, the way they're playing, as far as the development goes, they are on the right path.
Man, great catching up. We appreciate the insight.
See you
Thank
guys.
you very much for the time today. And say hi to your kids for us. Tell them the Moose says
I will.
All right? Yeah, all right. Okay. We'll see you later, Drew. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks,
There you
guys.
go.
See ya.
That's Drew Remenda covering the San Jose Sharks. He likes a lot of those guys coming out of San Jose. And
Well, somebody
he spoke
wants
very highly of Walman.
Somebody wants more Sharks deals so we can get Drew on more.
Yeah, I was going to say, can the Oilers trade for Kunin right now? Trev, go and, we're going to play kind of easy trivia right now. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. We've got kind of easy trivia. We've got 3 questions too many, and then Rishaug's going to join us just after 8:30. Then we've got Beer of the Week. The Godfather is already in this morning.
Trade deadline miracle.
Yeah, trade deadline miracle. Godfather popping by. So that's nice on a Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. So we will get into that. What's that? Your second or third slice of this Italian Center Shop lasagna? Second. You're not done yet.
No.
You're not done yet. It's absolutely delicious. If you've not picked up a lasagna from the Italian Center yet, I'm telling you, you're not doing it right. You are not doing it right. Here's the rest of hour number 3 for you. And then we'll have a 2-hour special deadline oil stream from 11 until 1 today as well. I need some questions for 3 questions too many. What do you got? Sports questions, non-sports questions, whatever. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. And yeah, the same number if you want to play kind of easy trivia right now. I know Trev's got a bunch of options in there, so let's do that. But if you have any questions for 3 questions too many today, sports, non-sports, deadline, non-deadline, Oilers, whatever, 780-218-9999. We're also auctioning off the chance to coach Team EST in the Heavy Hockey Showdown next week. We are raising money for the Sexual Assault Center of Edmonton. Pizza Boy has the top bid right now at $625. You will get an EST hoodie. You will get socks. You will get a spot on the Hangout, a guest spot on the Hangout. And you will also get to be the head coach of Team Edmonton Sports Talk. Coach our crew, and a bunch of nasties are going to be playing with us. It's a fun time. Great charity. And just a good event. The top bid right now is $625. Pizza Boy has it right now. If you'd like to submit a bid, 780-218-9999. All right, Trev, do we have somebody or are you still working on it?
We have somebody.
All right, who's playing today?
This is Jodes.
All right, Jodes is going to play. Kind of easy trivia today. Looking to win that gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever. Are you ready to stake your claim? Head to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. You can start with an Emperor's Caesar salad or a rustic onion soup. Then enjoy their tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with béarnaise butter, garlic mashed potatoes, loaded with savory toppings. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually, and a new location coming soon. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's go to Jodes today. Jodes, you ready to play, man?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. I will start the ticker after I read the first question. Here we go. Did the Edmonton Oilers win last night?
Yes.
Which Oiler currently leads the league in goals?
Draisaitl.
What position does Samuel Montembeault play?
Goalie.
What sport does Jake Walman play?
Hockey.
Which league's trade deadline is later today?
It's later. NHL's.
Too easy. Too easy today for this guy. I'm a sucker.
And he got it! That is why I did it! At number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am! Get it right!
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year we took it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, 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 not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, 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 not today.
8:18 on the Nielson Show. Ryan Rishaug in around 12 minutes after that 8:30 update. And we'll have Beer of the Week for Sobeys and Safeway Liquor still to come as well. Brad, GM of Bell and Skona. You may probably recognize Brad. Brewhouse, former Brewhouse guy.
Yeah,
I bet you recognize him when he
probably.
comes in. Anyway,
Was there for my wife's Christmas party. Hell of a place.
that was, yeah, we're doing a charity event there again too. It's a nice place. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Bellinsconi yet, pretty cool place. Marmot Basin Snow Report, the wrap for William Huff, all still to come. If you have any questions for 3 questions too many, we need those right now as well. 780-218-9999. It is trade deadline day. If you are here this morning and you've not yet subbed to our channel, would really appreciate those subs. We try to make our push up towards 12,000, and we are now 30 subs away from hitting 11,400. Vodka Stick Brad is in. Says, guys, if you still have my Sobeys GC, my wife will stop by today and grab it. We should still have it. I mean, if you haven't picked it up, it should still be here. Yeah. Our trade deadline coverage today is brought to you by Nate's Construction Leadership and Supervision Program. Take your career to the next level, or if you're an organization that needs to develop some leaders, they can do that for you too. For more information or to register, visit nate.ca/CLSP to take your career to another level. All right, let's get into 3 questions too many today. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. With everybody coming down to the station today, he might pop by as well. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Do you have a Twitter account?
At Lieutenant_Eric, which I don't know if you saw the Rishaug tweet from about 41 minutes ago.
Oh.
I'd expect Oilers to be hunting around for some top 6 forward help.
Whoa,
but given the cap scenario will be tricky, period. Need to move some players out to make it happen, and that's tough with all the NMCs. Don't believe we'll see anything on the goaltending front, and D is likely set.
Yeah, D's done, I would think. All right, so we'll get into this with Rishaug a little bit. So basically, they would like to do a classic money in, money out forward. And you know what? Maybe there are some good players out there who make a couple $1 million that you have to pay a little bit of a prettier price for, but you move some money out to make it work.
Yeah. And did you have Walman on your radar?
I mean, his name had come up briefly and things, but yeah, he wasn't one of the...
We'll see how creative they get here.
Main targets that were talked about a lot, right? All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. That Paris Jewelers inbox is taking an absolute pounding today. Pizza Boy still holds the top bid to coach us next week, $625 to coach us at the Heavy Hockey Showdown. You can submit your bid to 780-218-9999. Oh, we already kind of hit this one, but if Walman, Frederick, and Jones is all we see for the Oilers at the deadline, what would the letter grade be? Well, Trev already gave it a B.
Yeah.
What about us? What would you give it right now?
I mean, it's fair.
I think it's tough to even. I think it's tough to go much lower than a B, but I'm also not I'm not putting it above a B.
If it stops
I think
at this,
B is
B
exactly
minus.
where it is right
B
now.
minus. If it's just this, B minus.
You're gonna go B minus.
If it's still high, there's nothing wrong with a B minus.
Do they do B minuses in school anymore?
You don't get the second pair right shot. You're not adding in the top 6. People don't get their goaltender. Like, I could see why you could.
Yeah, but I mean, you're basically making Kulak.
Yeah, I know. But
second pair right side guy, right?
No, I know.
And
But
then Walman comes in,
I think looking at some other names out there, maybe people would have wanted some others, but I think Walman was again the first choice on a lot of people's list.
This is a good question for everybody though. 780-218-9999. What would your letter grade be if this is it? Trev said B. I say B. Rick said a B minus.
No goalie.
If you're watching over on YouTube today, we're 90 away from changing 500. It's got to happen. Hammer the thumbs up for us over there. That would be great. Submit your questions for 3 questions too many to 780-218-9999. Question number 2. How many pieces of lasagna first thing in the morning is too many? Are you already done your third?
Yeah, but the second and third were kind of combined to like a 1.
Oh, come on. You sound like Marshall and his birthday cake.
3 servings, but, define a piece. It's like the size of a hand, right? So I thought it had like a hand and 2 half
I guess
hands.
I've been talking too much to get to mine, but you've crushed 3 slices already.
It's so good. Boys, like, Trev, you said you wanted
We've done about it.
I like
Trev,
you want
come over and get more
Get
of
more.
this.
You're a growing boy.
I will.
You got to grow that mustache back.
Partake in this, yes.
Yeah. You want more of this?
Kind of.
Get this guy another
Where's
slice.
that plate?
Get your plate. Where's your plate? Get over
you
here,
wanted
buddy.
a small one. I don't know
Trev,
why.
it's deadline day, man. Trev traded away his mustache for future considerations. Good looking haircut,
Nothing
though.
retained.
There we go. Get this guy. Why don't you eat the rest of my lasagna there? Right? Show the camera how much we've crushed of this lasagna so far. Yeah, I've still got mine there. I'm trying to work my way through it. Yeah. Spency 5 cents, he says, it'll never be enough pieces of lasagna.
No, it's especially this stuff. I mean, it's nothing needs Jason Milne's homemade.
Let's tie this question in, actually, to 3 questions today. As Jen over in the chat says, that was a nice lightsaber cake for Marshall last night. What is the coolest cake you guys have ever had made for you? You guys ever had a fancy birthday cake? Or
when I was younger, just a regular.
It was just, they didn't really.
That's good enough, though. Made with the heart,
I remember the first time my mom took the hockey nets off my table hockey game and put them on a cake. I was like, what? This is genius. But yeah, Tam made a full-blown lightsaber cake that we were struggling what we were going to put it on because it was so big. And it was delicious. I'm trying to think. Have you ever had a really fancy cake?
I had an Oilers-themed cake.
Did you?
That my mom made for me when I was in grade 5, and I was just blown away. It was the coolest thing ever. And
was it the logo or what was it?
The logo.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a nice one to do, right? I think that's pretty good.
I was so happy I took a photo with it. And then I was in kindergarten when I had this one. This one is it takes the cake.
Is this gonna be a good story?
This one takes the cake. See what I did there? Okay.
I don't understand it.
Okay, whatever. No, it was a dinosaur cake.
Okay.
And what
was
do you mean?
The dinosaur
okay?
standing
what do you mean,
up?
Okay, it was beautiful.
Was it standing?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, kind of.
It was a dinosaur cake, and it was standing, and it was beautiful. It was sculpted.
What?
And there was
it like this high? Like
probably right
like
around
a foot tall.
Yeah, right around
cool.
there.
T-Rex?
I think it was a T-Rex, yes.
Must have been a T-Rex.
I mean, anything else would have been a failure.
Yeah, why would you make a Stegosaurus
cake?
I
want to no one wants that. A long neck? Yeah, not a chance. It was a T-Rex. It was beautiful, and it was delicious.
I don't know if I had any other. We love Is It Cake. Like, we're right into cake. we're a big cake family. That's why Tam's been pretty good making cake. She puts a lot of effort into these
The
things.
host of that show ruins it for me. I watch
You don't
it,
like
but
him?
I
He's an
don't.
SNL guy.
I don't like him.
My kids love him. Mikey Day. Right? Isn't
fair.
that Mikey Day?
I have no idea.
Anyway, my kids, are you having a fourth? This is your fourth slice?
He thinks it's
You
cake.
are crushing this
Oh, my
lasagna
Lord.
today. I don't know if I've ever seen you eat so much, like in person with you ever, let alone on the show. This is a pretty incredible effort today. Somebody over in the chat says we have Micro Machines. His cake was a Micro Machines cake. James had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed cake and birthday party.
Dairy Queen used to rip a lot of good. You could get anything made there. Like they
do a lot of good stuff. I mean,
toys on there.
Well, speaking of Dairy Queen, we got those. You're gonna have a couple dilly bars too, eh?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
The day is young.
Morinville DQ jumped off a bunch of deadline day dilly bars too. Jasmine's in and says, "Hey, Nasties, did Dusty gloat about the Lakers win yet? Not today, Jazz. It's trade deadline today.
No, you mentioned
and
it
we have
earlier.
to stay focused on the trade deadline. But my God, what a comeback win against the Knicks last night. LeBron and Luka. And then the Golden State Warriors. Steph drops 40. They're 8-1 in their last 9.
Clausen was in the Paris Jewelers inbox this morning, but didn't really mention too much on last night's game.
He didn't bring up it as a Knicks fan, hey?
Didn't really, no.
Clausen, you seem awfully quiet
Glossed
today.
over that here.
You know what, Klaus? If you want to talk about that game, text my personal phone. I've got a bunch of memes and GIFs I can reply with quickly about Luke and LeBron. So, yeah, it's kind of good. Southside Stobel over there in the chat. Dilly dilly. Remember when that was a thing? That was good. Stormy says he has insulin if we need it. Yeah. Might need to drop some of that off. It would be good to have a storage of like backup insulin here at the office.
In that first aid kit we have.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We've got this update coming up. Ryan Rishaug's going to join us just after 8:30. Could the Oilers get their hands on a top 6 forward? By all accounts, they're looking at it. We said today their current cap situation, according to Puckpedia, they can fit Kane in, but they just have to basically send down anybody who's not a player, essentially. It was a long list, but they could make Kane work with the way the lineup's currently constructed. We'll get into that with Rishaug. Then we got Beer of the Week. Bellinskona Brewery's going to be here. Marmot Basin Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff, all still coming up between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Paul from the Rock says, R2-D2 cake, old school Oilers jersey with drawstrings. Jeez, people are texting in. Oh my God, Rob from the Grove. I destroyed this cake for my son. Oh, it's a pretty bad cake, man.
Oh, man.
That's Rob from the Grove, I'd suggest you don't quit your day job and open up a cake store, man.
What's going on there anyways?
That's
a lot of randomness.
That's a tough one.
I love you, son.
I love you, son. Here's your cake. Don't take it to school. People will think your dad's slow. That was.
What's the scene here? Like, what is going on?
I don't know.
What is like five movies in one?
That is worse. He butchered the actual cake and then just put horrible brown icing over top of it. Wow, you're the best, Rob from the Grove. All right, let's get to a sports update. Ryan Rishaug coming up from the rink on the other side here.
Trade deadline, 1 o'clock Mountain this afternoon. The Oilers acquiring less shop defenseman Jake Walman from the Sharks last night in exchange for Carl Berglund and a 2026 first-rounder. Oilers also beating the Habs 3-2 in overtime. They'll host the Sharks tomorrow night. Avalanche also acquiring Brock Nelson and William Dufour from the Islanders for Oliver Shillington, Callum Ritchie, and a pair of picks. 6 games around the league today, including Vegas at home to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Over to the NBA, the West-leading Thunder will host Portland tonight. Raptors host the Jazz, and the Cavaliers look to make 13 straight wins there in Charlotte. Last night, LeBron and Luka combined for 63 points. Lakers beat the Knicks 113-109 in overtime. The field is now down to 6 rinks at the Briar. Playoffs begin later this afternoon at 1:30. Brad Gushu, one of the matches, will take on Alberta's Brad Jacobs in the 1v2 qualifying game. Over to the U of A, Pandas hockey with a 1-0 overtime win at UBC, taking Game 1 of the Can West Finals. Game 2 of that 3-game series goes tonight at 8, and the Oil Kings homestand continues tonight. Puck drop at 7 against the Kelowna Rockets. Sports update presented by Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge with wall-to-wall TVs, daily food and drink specials. It is the place to be for every Oilers game. Every day is game day at Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Oh, boy. All right, 8:30. It is the Nielson Show. Let's just keep rolling. Let's keep moving along. We got lots to get to in hour number 2.
We sure do.
And for everybody who wants to see Rob from the Grove's cake, Trev is going to grab it when we're done with Rishaug. We'll put this cake on the screen. Rob from the Grove has texted back in. He goes, "I'm a mechanic." Really?
Yeah.
A surprise. You would have had me fooled.
Not a cake mechanic.
I thought you were a baker. Anyway, we'll get to that cake coming up. We got Beer of the Week happening right away. Marmot Basin Snow Report, the wrap for William Huff. We had Remenda on at 8:05 to talk about Walman. And now Ryan Rishaug is going to join us. You know what? We got to play Rishaug's music.
Yeah.
What do we got? I got it kicking around here. Hang on.
Timberlake rocks.
Is that a mandate of yours?
God, what are we talking about here? Good question. Can some of it be about sports? Yeah. All he needs to do is just get in front of people and state his case. If they had the mandate from the people, blah, blah, blah. I don't know where that information came from, but I would question it.
Time for the morning mandate with Ryan Rishaug.
This is what sports broadcasting is all about.
You know what? That may be a good point, Ryan. You broke the story, Ryan.
Rishaug is one giant 6'2" pile of Charmin.
I'll take this over Salim in the cowboy hat.
Yeah. Actually, it's not great.
Our bureau guy much better today on the deadline.
You should wear this on his next hit. Ryan Rishaug, Got Your Back podcast, TSN, down to the rink, covering the deadline for TSN and trying to stay warm, I guess. Let's bring in Shoggy today. Shoggy, it's a good look, man. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, like there's no humor intended. There's no shtick here. I'm frickin' freezing. It is so cold in this rink. Dusty, you've been in here.
It's cold when there's snow. Like when I did the Helinka, because they weren't big crowds, man, it was really cold for a week. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my
God.
God.
It was chilly.
Well, during the pandemic, I was in here constantly covering games in an empty building, and the amount of air they move around in here. And so I realized if I sit in this all day, I'm gonna catch dysentery or something. It's going to be no good at all. So
on the Parker,
exactly. So Parker, Ace Cameraman Dave Parker's like, I'm on it. So this is his vest I got on, and then he goes downstairs and he comes up. So this is
vest as well.
Yeah, so I'm wearing his vest, and this is a quilt that his Auntie Faye made for him that he happened to have downstairs. So, no shtick here, just really, really freaking cold.
We gotta get you some gloves, man. We gotta get you some gloves. your fingers are going to be freezing. You can't do.
Who says I'm soft?
Yeah.
Who says I'm soft?
You don't have to say it, Shoggy. We can see it. So, all right, let's start with Walman, the trade that eventually finally got done last night. A first rounder in Berglund going back the other way. We just had Remenda on, says he thinks he'll be an excellent third pairing guy. Can dabble on the right side a little bit, but is much better on the left side. Your thoughts on the acquisition of Walman and what he could bring to the table for the group?
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not sure if you guys ever uttered his name in the months leading up to trade deadline. I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No,
I didn't hear a lot of people. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it. And I think part of the reason is when we're all doing our searches, like who could it potentially be in, or going through other teams' rosters and stuff, you're looking at this guy and you look at his minutes played, and then you look at the money he makes, and the fact that he's got another year, and you're like, well, why would they trade that guy?
Yeah,
I mean, he plays a ton of minutes for them, decent dollar figure. Got another year left. Like it just didn't feel obvious, and I like it, to be honest with you, Dusty, because I think that what Stan Bowman is doing here is he's made the decision, lean into the things that you're good at. Right? Some people might look at this Oilers blue line and say, well, they need to go get a big, giant, hulking shutdown guy, big defensive-minded defensive guy, right? And, I might have been one of those people. But I think Bowman's philosophy is they've got really nice skating defensemen that can move the puck, right? Ekholm is a good puck mover. Evan Bouchard, excellent puck mover. Darnell Nurse, when he's on his game, skates great, can move the puck. Brett Kulak, an amazing skater, moves the puck. Well, they just added another fantastic skater who moves the puck really well. And they've got a group of forwards that want the puck on their stick. So I think they're leaning into what they're already good at. And I think that's a philosophy that Stan Bowman has. So in this guy, they got a guy that can anchor your third pair. If you want to get creative with your pairings, you could create maybe you could even go him with Kulak if you wanted to, whether you call that a 2 or a 3 pair or whatever. And then you can, Nurse with Emberson. Like you've got options here because Kulak. But really what this signifies to me, guys, is their faith in Brett Kulak to be a second pairing caliber defenseman come playoff time.
So, Ryan, you reported about an hour ago. I want to ask you, who's that top 6 forward that we haven't mentioned at all as well leading up to the deadline?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Like, I think they were interested in Riley Smith before that trade happened. I don't know exactly who it's going to be, and I think it'll be hard, you guys. I mean, I think they're going to try.
Are they operating? What are they operating on as far as the Kane thing goes? Because I know Puckpedia and Hart was saying that they can fit Kane in right now, but they have to send down like 4 or 5 guys. What are they operating on here budget wise? Do you like?
So I think they've hedged their bets a little bit. I think if all of a sudden Kane came back, it would be not great, and they would have to fire a bunch of guys down, and it would be ugly. But I think, as Hart pointed out there, I think it would be doable. So I think they've hedged their bets. I think indications are, as we reported yesterday, much more likely to be a playoff return based on the way things have been going. Right, had yet to put back-to-back hard workouts together, and I think that gives them the confidence that the timeline is much more likely to be playoff time. And as Hart pointed out on Twitter, that in a pinch they could figure it out, but it would be ugly. So I think they've kind of spent the money here, but hedged their bets a little bit. So back to what we're talking about up front, it would have to be they'd have to move contracts out. And as we know, there's all these no trades on this roster. I think that's hard to do. I really think they're going to try. I do, because I think we all know, watching Leon Draisaitl with a combination of Victor Arvidsson and Vasily Podkolzin and Jeff Skinner and Kasperi Kapanen all year long here, it is so glaring that they are not good enough on the wings next to that player. I'm not sure they're going to be able to fix that, but I do believe they're going to try. And they're going to try and be creative. I mean, look, Ryan Donato has the same number of goals as Connor McDavid this season. And I know they were talking about an extension.
A
couple $1 million, right? Couple $1 million. And I know they're talking about an extension. I think Chicago wants to keep him. But you add a 20-goal scorer to your lineup, that player immediately is your number 1 goal-scoring winger on the team.
Yeah, Donato would be a great fit. I mean, if they could somehow pull that off, that'd be a real nice way to cap off.
Do you think Jeff Skinner waves too? I mean, looking at players and serviceability, I mean, a clear message couldn't really be sent from the coaching
Why
staff,
would he
right?
want to stay?
Well, yeah. I mean, like here's the thing. This is tough, right? Because this has not gone the way they wanted it to. This has not gone the way anybody wanted it to. There is clearly a disconnect here. And they just keep stacking left wingers in front of them.
Yeah.
Like, are you getting the picture yet? Hey, here's Frederick. Here's Jones. Vander Kane's coming back. They played Podkolzin ahead of him all year here. Like he's got all these players stacked in front of him. So I think at a certain point here, if you're Jeff Skinner, you're realizing I'm going to be hard pressed to play more games this season. Never mind being in the playoff lineup. And at a certain point, you realize you're playing for your contract for next year. So I would think the self-preservation has to kick in at a certain point here. And boy, maybe that's what the Oilers have been going for. And perhaps he accepts a trade somewhere, but you need to get a team willing to take them. You maybe have to package assets to do something like that. I don't know that they necessarily are going to want to do that, but that's the interesting one for me is if they can get him to waive, then all of a sudden it changes things a little bit. And I think they're trying. I think they're trying to add up front, guys.
Yeah.
And Skinner moving would probably have to be part of that, but I don't know they're going to get it done.
How impressed were you with Jones last night?
Yeah, really good. Really good. And I think, Brownie and Struds last night on the show, they put it into good perspective because they've both been that guy and they've both seen that guy. You get called up for the American Hockey League at a time when your career is kind of, he's getting on here. And this guy needs to establish himself in the NHL. So new opportunity, traded to a Stanley Cup contender, called up, get with the big club. You're in the room. Connor McDavid's there. The assignment could not have been more clear. Skate fast and finish your checks and make some plays. And he was riding a high. And the point that Struds and Brownie made is almost any player in the AHL can probably come up and have a night like that, just based on energy and adrenaline. What you need is consistency. And so if he can put together multiple games where he does that, plays like that, obviously he's going to earn himself some time here, guys. But like Podkolzin's a great example. On any given night, Podkolzin can have that exact night. And he works as hard as anybody. But still, it's the consistency that even Podkolzin struggles with. So let's just keep that in mind with this player. He was riding a high yesterday, and why he hasn't been a regular NHLer is because while he's capable of that, he hasn't been able to do that consistently. So let's keep expectations realistic, but it was a great start. And I love the fact that he understood the assignment.
Yeah. Here's your job. Go do it and do it well. And he did.
Go do it. And you will stand out. I mean, we're talking about a guy that rushed the puck up the ice a couple times, really nice, finished a few checks and made a nice pass. And it's like, oh my God, could he fit in the top six?
I was like, how did they get their best bottom six player as a throw-in in a Frederick deal?
I know. The bar is not high.
Yeah,
the bar is not high.
We were exaggerating so much today. We said Frederick's the throw-in.
Yes.
And Jones was the main target. Yeah, that was good.
Let's not get too
Shoggy,
silly.
well, you stay warm, buddy. And you guys be dropping, I'm assuming, an episode tonight?
Yeah, we're going to try and get something done. We're just trying to, these high-priced, talented guys, they're tough to nail down, so I'm not sure. But yeah, we should try and get something done on Got Your Back a little bit later on. And we'll drop a Ray and Dregs later as well.
Okay, so lots going on then today. Shoggy, appreciate it, buddy. We'll chat on Monday.
All right, pal.
There you go.
Yeah, have a good one. Go easy on me.
Yeah, that's Ryan Rishaug with a quilt. It's got to be gout-related. The only thing I could think of.
Yeah, you probably,
You can't possibly be that soft. Now, with that being said, in Shoggy's defense, Shoggy's defense.
I say you put a shower cap on him. He looks like your Halloween costume. Really.
Yeah, he's not first. Shoggy, can you go like this? When that building is empty, it is cold. Like the Holinka was chilly. You'd put on a jacket between games. Like it was a little chilly. So he's not like 10 out of 10 soft, but he's about 8 out of 10
Lets
soft.
you know you're alive, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's good. Toughen you up. Feel that life. All right, Beer of the Week song. You got that, Trev? Let's hammer that up. We're going to give away a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. 780-218-9999. And we are auctioning. I think the top bid is $625 right now. I think it's still Pizza Boy. I'm excited to meet Pizza Boy.
I think he's walking away texting.
He's Pizza Boy's had a big day. He's bid, the top bid is $625 to coach our team at the EST, or the Heavy Hockey Showdown. We're taking on Team Heavy Hockey. We're Team Edmonton Sports Talk. You coach me, you coach Tommy, you coach Trev, you coach Zach, a few other guys, a bunch of nasties will be there. You're going to get a spot on the hangout. You're going to get hoodie. You're going to get socks. EST hoodie, EST socks, not just random hoodie and socks. And then you'll coach the team. The top bid right now is $625. If you can beat that, fire us a text, 780-218-9999. Promising you next Saturday is going to be a great time at the downtown community rink. It'll start at noon on Saturday the 15th. All right, let's get to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. Hit it, Trev. Let's set the studio up. 8:44 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here today. It is Trade Deadline Day Hangout, Trade Deadline Day edition coming up right at 9 o'clock. 2-hour special Trade Deadline oil stream from 11 until 1 today. And then obviously breaking everything down post-deadline, EST afternoons, and the Reed Wilkins Show. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. 99 is where you can get in. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We should be blowing past 500 already. We're 41 away. So hammer that thumbs up. And if you've not yet subbed to the channel, we would appreciate that as well. We've got the Marmot Basin Snow Report still to come and the wrap for William Huff still coming as well. But Brad, the GM of Bellinskona Brewery, just off White, joins us today. Brad, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Doing well, thanks.
Good to see
yeah,
you.
welcome.
Good to catch up.
Yeah, thanks for having me down. Appreciate it.
We were just talking about, I did that event last year at Bellinskona. Been there a couple other times. Rick, you said, what?
Wife had a Christmas party upstairs there in January. Whatever. Beautiful place.
You got good things going on
Thank
there.
You. Yeah, lots of good stuff.
It's a nice spot.
We're doing that event again in April.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Yeah, bids for kids. It's going to be good. Right now, myself and both Ford brothers, the twins, they're going to be with me, and we're working on a couple other people. And that was a good time last year. So looking forward to doing that. Looking forward to doing that again.
We're looking forward to having you guys for sure.
What's the exact address for people who might check
we're
it out?
104 and 80th Ave. 104th Street, 80th Ave there. Yeah, the old B-Bell Bakery there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? I know the beer of the week looked pretty unique.
Tasty lineup.
Beer of the week. So yeah, we got our 5 cores here. This is kind of what we dabble in and what we make in house.
These all
there.
on tap and stuff at the
all on tap. Yeah, we got some other ones that we make in house, some small batch stuff kind of thing. This week though, Sobeys Safeway Beer of the Week is the Skona Ruby.
Okay.
So we can kick this one off. This one's going to be $11.99 all week featured
for the 4-pack.
Yeah,
$11.99. That's a great deal.
Great price, right?
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, well, do we want to start with that, or is there like an order we should try these in?
Whatever you guys are up for.
Okay,
yeah,
your call, man.
I'm good with whatever. Yeah, we can start light. We can go with our lager.
Let's start light and work the other way.
Classic lager, clean, crisp, gold, refreshing.
Okay, so what's the background on like labeling and everything like that?
Yeah, just I think kind of paying a little. Each one of them kind of has their own little character, I guess, right? So. Yeah, we have a really great kind of in-house graphic design team that kind of came
in-house,
out.
They do it nice.
Yeah, we do it in-house, so everything was kind of developed and done
you know what,
in-house.
This just smells like beer right here. Like this is your lager? Yeah.
This is the lager.
I mean,
straightforward.
Good look.
Nothing too crazy here. Just clean, crisp, refreshing. Crush a million of them, you know?
All right, well, here, cheers to the newest Edmonton Oiler, Walman. Cheers to Walman on deadline day.
There we go.
Beautiful, smooth,
easy.
Perfect.
Not too bad, hey?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. From there, we can maybe take a step up here.
Okay.
And this is the Hazy Skies.
Hazy Skies.
So this one's a little bit more hoppy, citrus.
In New England?
New England Pale Ale.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this one's good. Like I said, a little bit hoppier, a little bit more of the kind of citrus, kind of tropical fruits. Really, really good one.
Do you get involved in the beer process at all?
Once in a while I'm hauling around bags of grain and stuff when you need me, but
Brad the farmer.
That's right. I leave it to the professionals though most of the time, you know. Yeah, I try to just stay out of the way as much as I can.
Well,
all right. Well, cheers,
Max Jones.
Cheers to Max Jones last night making his debut. That was terrific. Cheers. That's good. Yeah, you can tell the difference between the New England Pale Ale and the IPA, right? Like,
Yeah,
tropical.
I would like when we started doing this segment, like over 10 years ago, I would have never been able. Like, I think if you blind tested me now in an IPA and the New
your
England,
palate has
I think I
evolved.
could
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
tell the difference.
You're a connoisseur now, right? Yeah, you know exactly what's
Let's
going
not
on,
get too
Dusty.
carried away,
Yeah,
but I think
Just
I
like
could
you're
tell
a
the
brewer,
difference.
right?
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
And you guys
Yeah.
are on the.
If you need me ever to come down and haul some, what'd you call it?
some grain,
Some
malt,
grain.
yeah.
I'll haul some grain around for you.
Yeah, anytime.
Some
yeah.
barley. I'll drop off a truckload of barley for you.
Yeah.
Love
I
to
don't know
have
if
you.
that works. Okay, what's this one?
This one is our. This one's more kind of specific to the area that we're in.
Okay.
It's our White Lightning. It's a Belgian wheat.
Okay.
So it's got again a little bit of hops, more kind of floral, but a little spicy.
That's
so
a cool
kinda,
dude on there too.
Oh, yeah, he's
White Lightning. Yeah.
like White Ave, right? Spelled
Yeah.
with the Y there. Yeah, he's pretty badass.
It
with
looks
his,
like
with his
James
leather
Franco
coat.
playing James Dean playing Danny Zuko from Greece.
A lot of layers there.
That's what it looks
That's
like.
a
Yeah.
Russian doll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's
All
get
right,
into
let's
it.
crack that one open.
Yeah.
I like the look of these cans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty unique. They stand out for sure. Sorry,
Stand
that was
out,
a
not
brutal
wrong.
pour.
Well, whatever. Let's it breathe. a
Trev,
minute.
people
Yeah.
seeing you up in the corner can't believe that you shaved your mustache. This guy had a full-blown Stuart Skinner going. Looked exactly like him. Shaved it off yesterday.
And
What
more.
happened? Why?
It's messing with us. You can turn your mic on, Trev. Like,
Show the rest.
Yeah.
I just felt like I needed a change. 4 and 5.
That's
I had it
crazy.
for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I know it was a good
Every
run, but
time
it's also like the
I
best
drank
stash in the
anything,
city.
Beer, it would always
Oh,
get
it's
caught
in
in
the
my
stash.
beer
Yeah, I get it.
or my mustache, and
Yeah.
so it was tough. It needed to be happen, or it
Yeah.
needed to happen.
Had to
That's
happen.
real.
Well, then
Yeah.
we should cheers to Trev's mustache.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
All right,
Trev, here's to your
Trev.
stash,
Yeah.
buddy. Can't wait to see it again. Okay, what
Belgian wheat there.
Okay, Belgian. Okay,
Yeah, Belgian wheat. So it's got a little bit of spice to it
The
there.
spice you can get it.
Right.
yeah, but not
right at
much.
the end.
You know, like just a little bit right at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, everything's pretty approachable, right? We're not, craft beer. I think has this.
yeah you can drink a few more of
this
those.
reputation to be over the top sometimes.
Yeah,
and just
I mean,
like,
it can be sometimes. You can get really crazy with stuff,
Yeah.
but a lot of this, I mean, it's just good
This stuff's
drinking
just
beer, man.
easy, approachable. Have a few of them, right? Kind of thing.
Cole Harbor Joe to the inbox says, New England Pale Ale, is that the red or the white? From me,
Yeah,
I can never remember that part.
Real good.
Yeah, that's a good one, Cole Harbor Joe. Probably not going to win text of the day today, but I mean, it's not a bad text.
Descra buys beer based on the art on the can, and those look fantastic. So you gotta
There you
buy
go.
it.
There's
There we
one.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real eye catching it.
Awesome. Yeah, I think Sobeys is carrying obviously the beer of the week with the Ruby, but they also pulled in the Warden here.
Okay,
that
so
we're gonna
what's
try
the
next.
Warden about? Look at this guy.
This guy. So this guy's kind of based off
This guy was killed in season 2 of Yellowstone.
the
That's
very
what it
first park warden down in Banff, Bill Pato. He's a bit of a rugged, kind
Really?
of badass guy, and this is kind of modeled after him.
And this is a Canadian IPA.
Stood tall as the trees.
That's true. That's a fact. Yeah, yeah. You looked it up. It's on the internet.
It's on the
right?
internet.
Yeah,
It's
you
gotta
saw,
be true. Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened was you saw a picture of him and he was close and there was big trees in the back, but they were in the distance.
yeah.
Like,
It was
this
all
guy's as tall as the trees.
Shaped in
Yeah.
the frame.
That looks like you pre-mustache, Trev. Put that one up to the camera.
Could've
Look
been
at the
you.
Warden. That's a badass right there. God, the Warden.
Yeah. So this
All
one.
right, so a Canadian IPA. I don't.
Yeah, just a little hoppier, right?
Okay.
Nothing over the top. It's obviously a little bit more bitter from that hops,
Yeah.
but really approachable. 6% alcohol. This is the highest one that we do as far as ABV goes.
All right. Cheers to. Let's go. I'm going to get selfish on this one. Cheers to Luke and LeBron last night. Bringing the Lakers back
Yeah.
against the Knicks.
Association
What an
City.
overtime
Yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah.
Hashtag Association City. Oh, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Different good.
But it's it's
it's just not too overpowering
it might be my
for an
favorite
IPA,
of the
right?
four.
And that
to
was
be
the
honest with
Warden,
you.
right? Yeah.
That's the Warden, yeah.
That's the
So
Warden, yeah.
some of those IPAs can get up to like 8.5.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than
7,
like your
8.5.
typical IPA.
Yeah.
Right? It's, okay, that's why I'm like
A little bit more approachable for sure.
It's not as hoppy.
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
Yeah.
Is it- okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
See, how about
There you
this?
go.
I told
Connoisseur.
you.
We told you.
Connoisseur.
Right?
Okay, so then what's this one? What's this
So
one?
this is the Ruby. So this is the darkest one. So this is more of a traditional red ale.
Okay. She's
kinda-
attractive. I'm just going to say it.
Yeah.
The lady on the
That's-
can is pretty hot.
They hit it out of the park.
Get you out of a bind,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, she's a little bit more espresso, caramel kind of flavor
Okay.
notes, that darker kind of malt.
Okay.
Kind of gives it the
So
color
this
here.
is pretty unique for you guys then, eh? This one, like,
Yeah, this one's pretty good. This is up there as far as sellers go too.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll move a lot of this weekend too at the beer festival, so that'll be good. People come down and try it out.
shout out Kamloops Jay, who Text in and says, enough NBA talk, Dusty. Like, I stuck in one cheers. And like, no more. It's deadline day. Okay, wait. Tell me about the fest. You said, what's going on?
It's beer festival this weekend, right?
Okay.
Down at Edmonton Expo Center. So
be
we have a
packed
booth
down there.
down there. It's going to be busy. Yeah. So tonight, a couple
Little
sessions
cups?
tomorrow. Yeah,
Little
little
cups?
4-ounce kind
Yeah.
of
Oh,
pours.
that's the
Yeah.
You know
the
what?
best.
You get down there, you're like, oh, it's only a 4-ounce cup. And then I remember I met a bunch of my buddies in Lethbridge at the Calgary one years ago. And we're like, oh, it's just little cups. And I had to literally carry one of them out of there. That was a good time.
First time texter Tanya here. I can vouch that the Bell beers are incredible. She says, call the Ruby Big Booby Ruby. Is that a thing? Is that
Hey, earmuffs, kids.
Yeah.
Hey,
Earmuffs, kids.
I mean, unofficially, sure. Yeah.
That's
I'm
a
good with
great
that.
text.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to do a cheers to whoever's designing your cans. These are terrific cans.
Shout out Dulce. Yeah.
Top drawer.
She's doing great.
There you go. Trev's creeping on the girl on the can right now. What a pervert.
Yeah, darker beer, but crushable at the same time. Like nothing
Yeah,
too
that's
strong
I was just going
or-
to say that's a very drinkable,
unapproachable
darker beer.
Right. Yeah. The goal
yeah.
is to have more than one, right? So
Yeah.
it's not kind of one and then get back to that easygoing kind of lager.
Yeah.
It's like, have a few of each of them.
All right, 780-218-9999. Text us right now. Just text Beer Me, and we'll put you into a draw. One of you will win a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. The address of Bell and Hand again?
10416 80th
All
Ave.
right. You can't really miss it if you're in that area.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. You'll find us for sure.
Excellent. All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for coming in. Well, let's
pleasure.
just slide
Yeah,
out.
thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate it. That is
Thank
Bell
you.
in Hand and the beer of the week right here, right now. $11.99 4-pack Skona Ruby Traditional Red Ale. You know who she looks like a little bit? She looks like Donna from Suits if she's done up a little bit. Hey, I think she does. Trev, you want to show this one to the camera? Here, Rick, you show this one to the camera. I don't think Trev should be touching this. He's
What does that mean?
because you're a young guy who loves the ladies. I don't think you should be touching this can. See, that kind of looks like Donna from Suits.
I need to start watching Suits.
Yeah, you should watch Suits.
I should.
You should watch Suits. And they
Yeah.
got another Suits coming up here in LA. I just saw yesterday that Louis Litt was going to be in it, which is good news. All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. Beer Me is the text right now. Marmot Basin snow report. What a busy deadline day, and no trades yet. I don't think anything's moved.
A tradition unlike any other.
It is a tradition. The morning show on deadline day is the worst spot to be on the station.
We always say won't be, and then it is.
Luckily for me, I'll be back and do an oil stream right in the thick of it.
Oh, you're going to be.
Yeah, that'll be a 2-hour oil stream today from 11 until 1. How much lasagna did you eat today? Did you have 5 or 6 slices?
Servings or slices?
Servings.
4, maybe 5.
5.
But in terms of slices,
Buddy,
I only
all-time run.
Probably had like 2.5 slices.
Legendary lasagna run by you today. That's why you're the lasagna enthusiast. That's why you're the lasagna enthusiast.
Damn it, you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it. By golly, I got it. All right, let's get to your snow report for Marmot Basin. Here we go. You're waiting just for me to be like, man, you're a real enthusiast
all
of
this
lasagna.
work.
Yeah. I don't even like it. Lasagna. Friday.
Stoked. Like, winter's here. I'm stoked. You stoked? I'm
stoked.
Just so stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
And you've got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of freshie on top.
Oh, I love this. It's a Kelsey report.
Always the best.
No new snow overnight. The base still sitting at 87. Season total 205 centimeters. 25 runs were groomed overnight. And all of the chairs are spinning today. Sun and cloud on the mountain for today. -7. Forecasted high of -6. Conditions are great. Snow in the forecast this weekend. And they got lots of spring deals right now. Ski midweek, Monday to Friday, 20% off your online lift ticket. Ski 50% off with the escape card. Or bring the whole family out with the family pack. 2 kids, 2 adults, $329 plus tax, online only. You can barely go out for dinner for that right now. Stop by the Lower Chalet for some live music on Saturday and enjoy the mountain air. Snow report, Marmot Basin, beer of the week, trade deadline, Walman, Max Jones. Day. There is zero chance SportsCenter TSN could be delivering what we're delivering right now. There's no. Did anybody on the TSN panel eat 5 pieces of lasagna? Are those guys crushing bevies like
sure
this?
the O-Dog could have done it, but
if you wanted to go to Marmot this weekend, would O-Dog have told you the conditions? Probably not.
Sabres re-signed Jason Zucker to a 2-year deal, 4.75 AAV.
Sven, I've been waiting for that all day. I've been waiting for it all day.
God.
Oil 5 Darling says YouTube Trev looks 15 years old now. He does look young, doesn't he?
Yeah. Show the rest.
He looks very young. He's like a very young boy. Oh yeah, we gotta get to the cake.
Before we forget.
Yeah, we got. This is what we learned today.
No.
We are 11 likes away from changing 500. Let's do it. Hammer the thumbs up for us right now. Hangout's coming up. 2-hour deadline oil stream still to come as well. Let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, personal guarantee, William Huff can do it for you. Been doing this since 1952. Best in the biz. www.williamhuff.com. Go see Bruce. He's a big supporter of ours. We love him. Go see Bruce and the team at William Huff. What did we learn on the show today? Well, we learned that Savage the plumber is getting my hot water tank fixed.
Look, aside from the trades, which there weren't many,
yeah,
there was enough going on around here.
So much
Cakes,
going on. We could have had a great show today with no deadline.
Yeah.
And then we also learned that Rob from the Grove can't make a cake to save his life. This is the cake he sent in when we were talking about cakes because Marshall had a lightsaber cake yesterday. This is the cake that Rob from the Grove did for his kid's 8th birthday.
What movie is going on there?
If you're on TuneIn or iHeart or something listening, you got to slide on over to the YouTube feed, even if it's after the fact. I mean, I've seen cake suck before, but this is the suckiest cake that I've ever seen. Oh, damn, I made it for my wiener kids.
They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Homer, watch your mouth.
I gotta go. My damn wiener kids are listening.
Oh, boys, I think we got a deal. Give
a thumbs up, too, for Rob from the Grove on that cake. It's pretty brave to share.
A hockey trade. Man, your Lion King trade sounder is the best thing going.
I'll record it and charging.
All right, so...
Breaking news?
Breaking news.
He's been waiting
Okay,
for
what
this
is your
too.
breaking news thing?
Just
Do you
watch.
have a breaking news?
Look at that.
Okay. That was it. Trev.
Okay.
We waited 3 hours for that?
What? It's better than nothing.
There wasn't even sound on it.
Well,
yeah, that's...
Okay, wait a second.
It didn't come with sound.
Can you do that again and he'll do the Svenja over top of it?
Again? Okay.
All right, ready? Here we go.
I
One.
can't wait.
Okay, load it up.
I wanna
If it
make-
takes this long to load up your horrible graphic?
No, it was a nice graphic, and sometimes the Wirecast is buggy, and it doesn't send through.
All right, here we go. Ready?
It should be okay.
1, 2, 3. That is the shortest graphic I've ever seen in my entire life.
very newsy.
Okay,
It's
well,
very
no more
professional.
graphics
Trev,
for
no,
you.
you're legit.
Nope.
You could have had a sound and it was like...
I could have, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Here, I'll do a sounder for you. Play it again. Play it one more time.
I don't know
Play
if
one
I
more
want
time.
to anymore.
Play it one more time.
Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, here we go. Give it to me. I'm Charlie the Penguin.
I wasn't expecting that.
But I fit it in.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. Norris, Bernard Docker, Dylan Cousins.
Yeah.
Apparently, this is a full-blown hockey trade of guys under contract and all that stuff. 780-218-9999 is where you can go get in. Oh, also the Blues have recalled Matthew Kessel. I just saw that pop up. So apparently,
young gun.
Norris and Bernard Docker in a deal that is being worked on with Dylan Cousins possibly going the other way. More on that coming up on the Hangout. This was a fun show today, guys. Text of the day today. What do I got here?
Does he take it home? Does he complete the full?
Who's that? Pizza Boy?
The clean sweep.
Is Pizza Boy taking home the auction to coach us next week? What was the?
It was the.
I think there's better.
It was the now movement clause with the hidden
That
W.
was. Oh yeah. That's the one.
That is
yeah,
the
sorry,
one.
everybody else. I've
It
got
kicked
other
it off.
comments in here of Pizza Boy.
Yeah. Now he was on fire today.
Yeah.
Pizza Boy brought it.
Sorry, Jeff Skinner. It was actually a now movement clause, and you're being moved now. Pizza Boy stepping in
Small
today.
W.
Big time. Text of the day for A&W. Congratulations. The Hangout is coming up for Sentinel Storage. That is on the way. Did we change 500?
Changing 500.
Oh! And Hangout's going to keep things rolling. If you're watching over on YouTube today, turn on autoplay. Take your radar on over to the Hangout. Great stuff coming up there. Tommy, Glue Guy, the whole crew. We'll have that for you from 9 till 11. I'll be back with a 2-hour oil stream. Myself, Tommy. I think Reed's going to pop in. I think Nancel's going to pop in. Maybe we'll connect with somebody else down at the rink as well as we work our way towards the deadline at 1 o'clock. Then EST afternoons. Then the Reed Wilkins Show. Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports, bringing you everything you need to know on the deadline and having some fun while we're doing it.
Glue Guy's got to buy you that water heater now for 500
likes. Thanks, Glue Guy. Hope you find your dad. All right, there we go. YouTube, Trev.
Lasagna enthusiast.
Dustin Nielsen. Hangouts coming up. The Oilers looking for top 6 forward. Don't go anywhere. Take it easy.